As the sun sets, the lights are on, and tabs are popping. High school football is on the airwaves here on a Friday night from Frankfort, Kansas. Good evening, Max Blasky with you here this evening. To my right, my partner, Quentin Blasky, who we'll talk to here in just a little bit. It's a homecoming night here for the Frankfort Wildcats as they will take on an upstart Blue Valley Rams team here this evening. Frankfort is 4-1 on the year. Blue Valley 3-2 on the uptick under first-year head coach Quentin Cravens. It is homecoming here tonight for the Frankfort Wildcats. Already announced the winners here this evening. Congratulations to Sam Backman and Breeley Ebert, two names that we'll be hearing not only tonight but on the basketball court too as well when that time of season rolls back around. Good contest between the Rams and the Wildcats. It has been in favor of Frankfort the last couple of years. Last time Blue Valley picked up a win over Frankfort, 2013. So we'll see how history is on the side of the Wildcats here tonight. This is a high-powered Frankfort offense team, as it always is this time of year, 58 points per game, but the defense holding teams to 17.5 points per game so far on the season. As for the Blue Valley Rams, 26.8 points per game, meanwhile allowing 30 points per game here this evening. Not only broadcast here tonight on FM 95.5, we've got a great one over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1, as the Marysville Bulldogs and the Rock Creek Mustangs square off in a top state-ranked matchup. Marysville still undefeated and ranked on the season. Meanwhile, Rock Creek, always a state, plays a threat. Here tonight, a district and a league game for us between the Wildcats and the Rams. We're going to take our first time out of the night. When we come back from our break, you'll hear from head coach Nick Anderson as he talks about last week's win over Thunder Ridge, as well as previewing this Rams team here this evening. As always, our Friday night featured game of the week is brought to you by Marysville Dental Care, where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number one rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care that you deserve. Frankfort Wildcats, Blue Valley Rams, coming up for you next here at the top of the hour on KNDY FM 95.5.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Call Parthamer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthamer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthamer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthamer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthamer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthamer Electric in Frankfort.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's a standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
I love my community bank because I received personal service after hours. When I was in a bind at a store, I made a quick phone call and they helped me resolve the problem. They were there for me when I really needed it. At First National Bank, they're not just my banker. They're my neighbor, friend, and an active part of my community.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, 93 years of complete banking service, proud to be a community bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week pregame coaches interview with head coach of the Frankfort Wildcats, Nick Anderson. Nick, coming off an impressive 54-6 win versus Thunder Ridge last Friday night. How do you feel your team bounced back after taking their first loss of the season 2 weeks ago to Hanover?
You know, I thought for the most part the things that we really stressed in practice this past week, the kids did a good job of emphasizing and trying to get better at. Watching the film, with them on Sunday was a lot more enjoyable, and we had a lot more positive things to say than we did the week before. So I'm happy with the improvement, not satisfied with where we're at. Still need to take steps in the right direction, but the key is we are moving in the right direction.
Coming off a loss there like you did 2 weeks ago, I think you've told it to me before, you don't want a team to beat you twice. So I assume that was the case, and hopefully that's what you saw versus Thunder Ridge as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we came out and played with good energy and good effort, and defensively we flew to the football. There were a lot more plays where there were 8 Reds standing over the ball when the play was done, and those are the types of things that we're looking for. And we had a couple big plays, and we had teammates escorting guys into the end zone and sprinting downfield and that kind of stuff. And so that's important for us as we move forward.
Now, there is a lot of excitement around this week with it being homecoming there for you guys, but also these are district games coming up, not only this contest, but the last 2 weeks of the year as well. Do you address the importance of these games with your team at all?
Oh, yeah. We consider this week a must-win game, and that's how we're going to approach it. We're going to approach it like a playoff game, and that's our mindset. And I tell you what, Blue Valley, this might be the best Blue Valley team I've seen on film in 4 or 5 years. They're more athletic than they have been in the past, and they got a couple dudes that can hurt you for sure. So we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have our hands full.
And as you look at this Blue Valley Rams team tonight, you match up against what can be an explosive offense in the backfield. How do you contain them and defensively play a sound contest?
They're one of those offenses that their best plays are typically non-scripted plays, broken down plays and things like that. We just got to be disciplined in our coverage and keep the quarterback in the pocket as much as possible, and then hopefully he throws us a few that we can go get. But he can extend plays as good as anybody I've seen, and he's got a good arm, and like I said, he's got a couple guys that he can throw to that can take it to the house at any point in time.
This has been the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week pregame coaches interview with head coach of the Frankfort Wildcats, Nick Anderson. Settle in as a homecoming matchup between the Wildcats and the Blue Valley Rams is up for you next on KNDY FM 95.5. With gear for any outdoor enthusiast needs, making a stop at Tuttle Creek Outdoors in Randolph is a must. High-quality products and knowledgeable staff, Tuttle Creek Outdoors has you covered for all your hunting, fishing, camping, and marine service needs. Offering daily military discounts store-wide, make your next outdoor adventure memorable by visiting Tuttle Creek Outdoors along Highway 77 in Randolph, Kansas, and keep doing what you love while they handle the rest.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
Donut Day is coming! Donut Day? What's that? Free donuts for Blue Valley customers.
October is National Cooperative Month, and Blue Valley Technologies is here to celebrate. Swing by on Friday, October 25th, before work or school for donuts, coffee, and hot apple cider. Drive through our west parking lot from 7 to 10 a.m. The first 25 people through get a free stocking hat.
Other various prizes are available.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Soother's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Soother difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Soothers, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Soother Feeds in Frankfort and online at sootherfeeds.com. Soother Feeds, where your success is our success.
And welcome back to our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Frankfort Wildcats and Blue Valley Rams coming up for you next here on KNDY FM 95.5. A lot of anticipation going into this contest. Not only is it homecoming here for the Frankfort Wildcats, but this is also a big district game. This District 3 and 8-man Division 2 hosts the likes of Axtell, Hanover, Frankfort, Blue Valley, and Wakefield. So far on the year, Frankfort has Wakefield yet to come. They have Axtell at the end of the year, have already fallen to Hanover once. Meanwhile, for Blue Valley, they have fallen to Hanover and Axtell in division with Wakefield upcoming. So a big division game coming into this one here tonight. The Blue Valley Rams, too, as well, on the uptick over the last couple of years under second-year head coach Quentin Cravens. As my co-anchor tonight, Quentin Blasky, joins me. Quentin, as we look at this Blue Valley Rams team, they returned some talent off of last year's squad, even though had a sub-500 year.
Blue Valley is definitely on the uptick, as you said. They returned Landon Stump. He is the returner in interceptions and tackles, or leader for interceptions and tackles last year. And Braden Brockman and Landon were all league last year as well. So they do return some good players, and we'll see how they shape up tonight.
And, of course, expectations are high here in Frankfort, as they always are all season. Coming off a 9-3, the Wildcats got all to the sub-state round of the 8-man Division II state playoffs, where they fell to the eventual champion, Axtell. This is a strong Frankfort team as well, ranked number 5 here in the state of Kansas, even after that loss to Hanover. But talk about the power in the Twin Valley League this year. 3 teams from the Twin Valley League inside that top 5 for state rankings. And we're going to see 3 of those 4 teams the next 2 weeks here on KNDY. So stay tuned as we get into that one. As we look at both of these teams, as we start with the visiting Blue Valley Rams, it will start with Braden Brockman in the backfield, punt returner too this year. An explosive athlete at quarterback, stepping in for this Blue Valley Rams team that averages just a hair over 36 points per game on the year. Blue Valley does have some size too up front that they will try and work with. But if you caught us in our pregame, it has been all Wildcats the last 10 years versus Blue Valley. As for Frankfort, Quinn, I'm going to kind of let you take this one. We saw them a couple weeks ago, but Frankfort, I think, starts it in with the quarterback play of Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson is a fantastic player out there. Him and Lane Luizo make such a great and dynamic duo that we are going to have to watch tonight. They're very explosive on the field, and they will score touchdowns tonight. We'll just see how Blue Valley adapts and tries to stop them from moving.
So far on this year, we talked about the explosiveness of the Wildcats. Lane Luizo, 249 yards on the ground, 535 yards through the air. He's responsible for 18 touchdowns of Frankfort so far this season. That is 44% of the Frankfort offense relies on the senior Lane Luizo this year. 3 minutes here to go for kickoff. We are going to bring you starting line deep into contest. We're going to start with the Blue Valley Rams. Numerical order on the roster. They will start with number 2, Trevor Clark, a senior on the outside. In the backfield, the aforementioned Braden Brockman, a senior, 175 pounds in the backfield. Aaron Breener, a sophomore, the lone sophomore in the starting lineup here this evening for the Blue Valley Rams. There's 170, wears number 10. Split tight end will be number 11, Trey Stump, a 190-pound senior, also kick returner tonight for the Rams. Up on the line will be number 21, Latham Withroder, 185-pound senior. Number 32, Braden Ennis, a 200-pound senior. And Tennessee Hartman, number 50, 175-pound senior as well. Blue Valley on the night, they start 6 seniors, 1 junior, and 1 sophomore. For the Frankfort Wildcats, it will be a very familiar starting lineup that we've seen before. The before-mentioned Lane Luizo, number 6, senior, running back for the Wildcats. Henry Ketter will also be in the lineup tonight, number 7, lone sophomore on the starting lineup for the Wildcats. Number 12, Wes Anderson, only a junior, holds the school record already for passing yards, led 8-man Division II football and passing yards last year as well, the junior back there at quarterback. One of his favorite targets this year so far, number 14, Ty Smith, up on the line. Protecting Anderson from his right side will be number 14, Ty Smith, senior offensive lineman. Number 24, Trent Harden, senior wide receiver, one of his favorite targets, to go along with number 33, Carter Olson, senior too, as well for the Wildcats. Number 30, Caden Combs, will be up on the line, along with your homecoming king candidate, Sam Back, line to today. Frankfort starts 6 seniors, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, just as Blue Valley does. So as we get ready for this contest, some experience on both sides of the ball, and a lot of players that played in last year's contest, which was a 49-0 win versus Frankfort. I'm expecting a different game so far here tonight.
Certainly. Nick Anderson even said this is one of the better Blue Valley teams that he has seen. So Blue Valley definitely has a chance to be in this game. They are on the up and up. They are winning games. Their losses are to the same team of Hanover, and Blue Valley has an extra loss to Axel, but we can't really discredit them for that. Axel is such a good team. So we'll have a good football game here tonight.
It's going to be a great one this evening. Glad to have you all along. Max Blasky on the call, Quentin Blasky to my right. Frankfort will be in their home reds, gray pants, white numbers on the front and back. Easy to read here this evening. For the Blue Valley Rams, they will be in their blue bottoms, white tops, blue numbers across the front and back with blue helmets. Of course, Frankfort in their patented gray helmets with the Wildcat on the side. It is homecoming here from Frankfort, Kansas, as we are about ready to get it tipped off. Frankfort did elect to receive this first opening kick, so it will be Lane Loizo standing at his own end zone back to receive this one off the right leg of Colin Withroder. This one goes out the back of the end zone for a touchback to begin this contest. Well, figured we might see some fireworks, try and get some return yards for Frankfort on the first one, but a good job there by the Blue Valley kicking team to just kick that one out of bounds, keep it out of the hands of the Loizo.
Yeah, rolls out into the end zone. They will have a touchback, gets it started on the 15. Now we'll see what Frankfort offense comes to play. We've covered both where they are explosive and where they have to get in gear and run the ball and get short passes, so we'll see what shows up tonight.
Lowest scoring output 3 weeks ago versus Hanover, 22 points. We'll see what Frankfort could do here. It's a sweep first play. Loizo near side, trying to get the sideline, gets across the 30 to the 40, almost up to near field on the big game there for Lane Loizo. We're going to give him 31 yards on the first play of the game. A little sweet touch pass there from Anderson to Loizo. And just like that, seeing Frankfort getting out on the outside, trying to use their athleticism.
Yeah, I think they're already helping us answer the question of what offense we'll see, and it's definitely an explosive one. Lane Loizo, if he can get out in the open field, he will pick up some yardage.
Second play for Frankfort, just across midfield into Blue Valley territory. Anderson looks back to pass, left side wide open, man. It will be Trent Harden down to the 15, inside the 10, still fighting at the corner. Fumbles it into the end zone, though. So a big gain there of 49 yards as Harden fumbles that one into the back of the end zone. Believe it's going to be a touchback for Blue Valley.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Braden Brockman has done great here already in the first 2 plays. He was able to force out Lane Loizo on the first play and just got that strip right on the 1-yard line here to give the Rams the ball.
So on Frankfort's first possession, a fumble at the 1 on a big pass play will give this ball right back to Blue Valley at their own 15-yard line. As we expected to see some explosive plays from Frankfort to start off with, we'll see how Blue Valley attacks this Frankfort defense that has been stout this year in most aspects of the game. Statistically better than last season at this time, holding opponents to just over 17 points per game. The first play is going to be a run in the middle. I believe there's going to be a penalty called on the Blue Valley offense.
Yeah, it looks like Lane Loizo got into that backfield, but we will wait for the call. But what I saw was possibly a face mask.
So it is going to be a face mask. Good call there. Quentin's got better eyes than I do starting off tonight. So some free yards here for the Blue Valley offense. We saw this Frankfort team, too, a couple weeks ago commit some heinous penalties against Hanover that really backed them out of some scoring opportunities.
Yeah, it is a heavily penalized team. That is one thing they definitely need to get under control and possibly cost them the game against Hanover.
Brockman will be in the backfield with running back Trevor Clark right behind him in the shotgun. It's going to be an option right side as Brockman finds some green grass for a first down, pick up about 6. But second offensive possession now for Blue Valley. More Laundry coming onto the field.
Yeah, picking up good yardage there, getting the penalties. Not a bad start for Blue Valley, keeping Frankfort out of the end zone with that strip. This is about what they could ask for, even though Frankfort looks so explosive.
Second penalty of the game will be a holding now on Blue Valley, so we're going to walk it back now just as the Rams had a little momentum on your side. Yeah, like Quentin was mentioning, if you're just joining us, Lane Loiza took a little pitch play on the first play of the game, 31 yards, got it across midfield for the Frankfort Wildcats. Very next play, Wes Anderson finds Trent Harden for a 48-yard reception as Harden tries to find his way for a touchdown, fumbles it out of the back of the end zone, losing a scoring opportunity for Frankfort and basically giving Blue Valley the ball on the first possession. So after 2 penalties here, Blue Valley will be 1st and 15 from their own 10-yard line. The backfield will be Beckman in the gun. It's going to be option right side. Beckman's going to keep this one. Gainer of about 3 or 4. Will bring up a second down.
Holmes in there for the tackle on that one on the far side, able to pick up just about 3 yards on that pitch play. We'll see. They'll definitely have to pick up more than that to convert the first.
We could talk a little bit more in the pregame about Frankfort's offense. We've seen them a few times here over the last couple of years. For our first time seeing the Blue Valley Rams under second-year head coach Quentin Cravens. They went 4-5 last year after a back-to-back 2-7 seasons the year before that, and it looks like a run-heavy team option so far in the first couple times, and now they look back to pass here as Beckman drops back from the gun on the play action, now rolls right, swarmed by Frankfort Wildcats, and he's going to go down inside the 5. Big loss there by Brockman as Trent Harden picks up his first sack of the evening. We saw Trent Harden be a game wrecker a couple weeks ago versus Hanover.
We did definitely. There were quite a few Hanover Wildcats in the backfield. Number 33, or Brandon Ames, was back there throwing some good blocks, but not everyone could contribute. So that is another big loss down, and I'm sure we'll see it go to the air again.
So a second down and 12 now turns into third down and a mile for Blue Valley here. Inside their own 5, we're going to call it at the own 3, and now more Laundry on the field.
Yes, so someone possibly jumped there. See what the official call is.
Frankfort's going to be the one, the culprit. Second penalty now on the Wildcats as that'll move Blue Valley 5 yards farther outside of their own end zone. Third down still, and about 15 to go. Brockman drops back to pass, now rolls left, another flag on the field. Brockman trying to find some space down the middle, jukes one tackle, gets up to about the 16-yard line. But once again, more penalties on this drive.
Yeah, I didn't see what that is. We'll have to wait for the officials to give the official signal.
So far here early on, though, Frankfort doing a good job of getting into the backfield. Brockman can't feel comfortable in the pocket, tends to scramble first opportunity he gets. But when you have a defensive front such as Frankfort does coming at you, including Sam Backman and the aforementioned Trent Harden, tough to not blame him. So holding penalty, we're going to go back the other way.
Yeah, just keep going back and forth, kind of just where we started, but just a loss of a few downs here for Blue Valley. So, again, they'll probably have to go to the air, and we can see what Braden Brockman can do.
Brockman has an empty set now, 2 receivers left. Now one moves to the right side. Brockman looking back to pass, rolls to his left near side as a receiver, decides to loft it up. It's going to be almost picked off, but incomplete as Brockman took a shot in the end zone. Back there, Henry Tedder and Ty Smith, too, as well, there to break up that pass.
Yes, Ty Smith read that well. That would have been incomplete, but he was able to get over the top of the receiver and knock away that ball.
And Smith, a nose for the ball. Already 4 interceptions so far through 5 games this year for the Frankfort Wildcats. So throwing into this Frankfort secondary, Blue Valley will have to watch that. Now on a fourth down at about 20, it will be punting for Blue Valley. Gets it off, almost gets it blocked. I believe that was Harden who almost got there. Taken by Loizo at the 45-yard line. Gets out of one tackle, gets to the left. Get up to the 35, past the 20. Loizo's got a seam, and he is gone. A 35-yard punt return for a touchdown for number 6, Lane Loizo.
Yeah, Ty Smith on that last play. It was a good job of him knocking it down instead of receiving it, just so that Lane Loizo could get that kickoff on their side of the field and do what he does best.
Saw him break one tackle at midfield. Didn't know who he slipped out of there, but just the power of Loizo gets him all the way to the end zone. First punt return on the season for Lane Loizo. 6-0 here, Frankfort Wildcats. 8:40 left to play first quarter. Anderson alone in the gun in the backfield for this two-point conversion. Loizo motions left to right. We're going to swing it to him left side. There is the Blue Valley defense. Loizo breaking through one tackle, still fighting, though, and finally a swarm of Blue Valley Rams pulls down Lane Loizo, but it is not before he does some damage as he takes the punt return 35 yards to give Frankfort their first lead of the game, 6-0. We're back after this break on the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week.
When shopping a hometown grocer, you want selection and service, like GNR Market in Frankfort offers. Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, along with weekly specials, they'll make your wallet happy. Shop the GNR Market app or grab a cart and look around to find something new for dinner. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 7, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Great deals, friendly faces every time at GNR Market in Frankfort. Landall in Marysville is invested in their team, facilities, products, customers, community, future, and excellence. For over 60 years, a family-owned company focusing on quality workmanship products and employees. Congratulating their team members with their loyalty and hard work that's paid off with a 12-year profit-sharing average of 12.42%. Thanks for all you do in making Landall Company stand out above the rest. Employment opportunities available. Go online at landall.com/careers. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
Frankfort on the board first here in this district matchup between the Wildcats and Blue Valley Rams. A 35-yard punt return by Lane Loizo moments ago give this Wildcats the 6-0 lead. Loizo back to work. He will kick it off here for Frankfort from the 30, moving left to right. It's going to be a screamer up the middle, taken by the up man. I believe that's going to be Trevor Clark. He's going to return it about 5 yards, gets driven out of bounds, and a late penalty is going to be thrown on Frankfort near side. About 3 or 4 Wildcats in there late after Clark got out of bounds. So let's count them up now here. We're about 4 minutes into this contest. This is already going to be penalty number 5, accepted, third here on Frankfort. And that's going to give Blue Valley some good starting field position.
Yeah, this is what Blue Valley needs to put together a good drive. They will have to stay out of the they will have to stay from getting penalties themselves, unlike the last drive. But this is a great opportunity for them to tie this game up or maybe even take the lead.
Possession will start inside Frankfort territory. We're going to call it 36-yard line. It's going to be a swing pass right side to Trey Sump, his first reception of the night. We'll move forward for positive yardage, but yet again, there is a penalty flag on the far side of the field.
Did not catch that one either. They seem to be everywhere. It's hard to keep up.
This one, a penalty on Blue Valley, illegal shift, so third accepted penalty on both sides. Does kind of remind me a little bit about the Frankfort game or the Hanover game we were at a couple weeks ago. We see this Frankfort team that is so fast-paced that likes to get out and score. So far here, though, a very slow-paced first quarter. A lot of penalties really help into that, but I think kind of having Frankfort off their rhythm here early on.
Yeah, for sure. This many penalties will put just about any team off their rhythm, but if there is a team that has seen it before, it is Frankfort.
Brockman in the gun, empty set, 2 rushers for Frankfort. They get there. Brockman sneaks out of it, though. Now runs right side, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. I believe just barely does, as coming up for the tackle at the line of scrimmage, Caden Combs. Again, though, Frankfort only rushes 2 men, Sam Backman and Trent Harden, and they get to the rush and force Brockman off his thoughts.
Yeah, they seem to be doing it well. If they only need to rush 2 men to get into that backfield and cause chaos, and they are taking away those pass opportunities that Brockman is looking for, and that's why he's had to scramble so much.
Blue Valley, too, has some good hype on their team, so we would expect this to be a throwing offense, as now we're back in the empty set formation. Brockman in the gun by himself. Motion man left to right will be Nate Irvine. Brockman looking back to pass, now still setting in the pocket. 2-man rush, still looking for someone. Frankfort doing a great job blanketing the backfield. Brockman still looking, now dumps it off here near short side. It's going to be Trey Sump. Sump cuts up the middle of the field, now breaks it down. The sideline gets almost up to the 20, but good enough for a first down. On a 2nd down and 16, we're going to give them a pickup of 21 on that one.
Yeah, great pickup, what they need for momentum. The line did a great job of giving Brockman so much time in the backfield that something eventually came open. Frankfort has so many people in the backfield that it just takes time for a play to develop.
When you can rush 2 and blanket 6 on the outside, makes it tough from the offensive standpoint, but Brain Brockman did a good job of getting an open man on that one. In the shotgun again, Brockman takes it, one back in the backfield for protection. Trent Harden breaks through, slips that tackle, though. Harden's still after him. Gets away from a second one. Now swings the near side here to Trevor Clark. Clark down to the 20, lowers his shoulder on Henry Ketter down there. Pick up, though, of positive yardage for the Blue Valley Rams.
Another great job by the line, or by Brockman, escaping 2 tackles there. By who was that? That backman that got in the backfield there wrapped him up nearly twice, but Brockman was able to get out of there and get the dump off to the safety man.
And if anything, Brockman's having an opportunity to take a good look at this Frankfort defense, see how they're playing, and Frankfort still only rushing 2 here. Will drop 6. Brockman in the backfield. Will be Sump to his left. We're going to swing it actually down to the right side. New receiver will be tackled after a gain of about 2 on the 2nd down play. Jared Brenner will be the receiver called for on that one, his first reception here tonight.
They were blitzing Lane Luizo, though, there, so a dump pass off to the far side of the field was perfect for that defensive look.
Clock continuing to roll here. 5 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Frankfort 6-0. They broke out early on a 35-yard punt return for a touchdown by Lane Luizo. The Blue Valley so far has held this time of possession after Frankfort fumbled on their second play of the game. Now on a 3rd down and about 4, Brockman in the backfield. 3-man rush again. Luizo gets through. Brockman gets away from him, though. Brockman across his body into the middle. Clark had it on his hands, but incomplete on the 3rd down attempt. There we saw a blitz come from Frankfort and almost get home.
Yep, there was Lane Luizo there again blitzing, but no one has had luck wrapping up and bringing down Brockman. He is elusive in the backfield. He even got that pass off to Clark, but just wasn't able to hold on to the catch.
So a big 4th down and 4 now here for Blue Valley. They've driven all the way down to the Frankfort 16-yard line, and head coach for the Rams, Quentin Craven, is going to want to take a timeout. We'll take it with him before this 4th down play. You're listening to the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY FM 95.5.
Whether they are on the field or in the classroom, the Blue Valley Rams will compete with strength and pride. When looking for a bank that holds those same values, you're talking about Union State Bank. With 2 locations on Highway 16 in Oldsburg and along Highway 77 in Randolph, Union State Bank is proud to support the community and proud to support the Blue Valley Rams. Rely on the knowledgeable and friendly staff at either location for a strong banking option today. Union State Bank wishes all school athletes a successful and healthy season.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
First quarter action here for you. Blue Valley still out there on a 4th and 4. Big 4th down play for this Rams offense, trailing 6-0. They've taken almost 4 minutes off of this clock. It's going to be a double back formation behind Brockman. Brockman in the gun, steps back, looks to pass. Both receivers go to the right side. Brockman, it'll be a run upside. It's going to be a holding, though, on Blue Valley as Brockman gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. Good play call there as both running backs just kind of split to the boundaries. Brockman kind of ran a fake option to the right, had some running room, used his athletic ability, but a holding penalty by Blue Valley will back up the Rams well out of fourth down territory.
Yeah, Brockman is looking athletic out there. He is making it happen, whatever happens to him. The linemen did an all right job just there at the end, just held a little bit more than they needed to. They already had him peeled around the edge. Brockman had that wide open lane. They can let go at that point.
The speed of, I think, these Frankfort defensive ends are what's causing some problems for Blue Valley early on. High snap, takes this one, rolls right, looking for a man across the field, being forced to the boundary. Now takes off running, gets to the original line of scrimmage, and then a little bit some. But on a fourth down and 16, only picks up, going to give him 9, so a turnover on down.
Lane Luizo in on that tackle. It was definitely a hard one to get away from. It was a good pickup, but just not enough for the first.
And we saw it early on in this quarter, this drive for Frankfort, really blanking in the field with those 6 defensive backs, not allowing Blue Valley anywhere to throw this ball. And on that one, almost dared Brockman to run it, and so he did, but not enough for a first down. Back to work will go Wes Anderson on this offense, leading 6-0 on their second possession, trying to get down into the red zone again, but not fumble. It's going to be run up the middle by Luizo, bounces off 1 on the halfback draw, picks up about 2, brings up a second down.
Looks like Nate Irvine and Trevor Clark were in on that tackle. Not a huge pickup for Lane Luizo. They are going to have to do that a few more times tonight to settle this Frankfort offense.
Kind of hard. I'm going to offensive play for Frankfort comes at the 3:40 mark here in the first quarter. Blue Valley has done a good job of holding this ball out of an explosive Frankfort offense. In the gun, it will be Anderson to his backside. Porter Colvin steps in protection, swing pass left and right side. Now has a man. Trevor Olson has it down the sideline, breaks the tackle. 10-5 down to the 3. Big pickup there for the Wildcats.
What a spectacular throw and catch. He had to reach out as much as he could to complete that catch, but ends up pulling it in. And number 8, Colin Wisrotter was there to finally bring him down on the 3-yard line.
That was such an explosive play. The sprinklers went off in the back of the end zone here on the Frankfort side, the way they're driving. So we'll see if we can get that settled down. They already shut off. And we're back at it inside the red zone. So 3 plays now for Frankfort offensively. Wes Anderson has a pass of 31, 48, and now 57 yards to get Frankfort deep inside Blue Valley territory. There's that one strike ability of the Wildcats. In the gun will be Anderson to his backside, Colvin. Receiver left goes in motion to the right. That's Luizo. We're going to run option left side. Anderson keeps this one up the middle. Good for a touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run by number 12. Wes Anderson is going to make this contest 12-0 in favor of the Wildcats.
We've seen his arm on display tonight, and now we see his talent running the ball. I thought we'd seen it sooner, but as you said, they haven't been able to run that many offensive plays.
And a new wrinkle, I think, this year, too, as well. Anderson got hurt freshman year, a little bit timid, I want to say, in the backfield last year. Now running those options with some power is Wes Anderson changes this offense immensely. In the backfield alone, looking for a man on this 2-point conversion. Rolls right, still looking, tries to find the edge, will not, as Frankfort is short on their conversion. No good. Wildcats still lead here, though. First quarter action, just under 3-minute mark. 12-0, your score. Frankfort ahead of Blue Valley.
Every week, stay informed and connected with the Frankfort community top stories by getting the Frankfort Area News. a small-town newspaper dedicated to their subscribers, advertisers, and community. Established in 1991, the Frankfort Area News is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love hearing from their readers. If you have a story, wedding, birth, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News, 785-292-4726.
Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. The yield advantages are in the data for corn and soybeans. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. If you're wanting to upgrade to a Merit stock trailer or a travel-long dump or flatbed trailer, give us a call at 785-292-4166. They're also booking your net wrap for next year. Call Trailers for You at 785-292-4166. Go Cats!
As Quentin alluded for before we went to break, not many plays so far for Frankfort offensively, but they're making the most of them, leading this one 12-0. And I think finally on that play, we just saw the explosiveness we've come to expect.
Yep, Blue Valley hasn't been doing a bad job if Frankfort keeps it on the ground. All the explosive plays have come from passes or that kick return by Lane Wiseau.
Trey Sump is going to watch this one go over his head into the end zone off the right foot of Lane Wiseau. Gives me a chance to remind you that every Wednesday on KNDY during the 7:30 or 7 a.m. and 12 p.m. at news blocks, you can catch the TVL rundown with me and myself, Jeff Wirtz, too, from the TVL Sports Spotlight as we chat everything Twin Valley League athletics during the fall and spring sports season. And we're going to be chatting some playoff football here before long, something all these Frankfort Wildcat fans looking forward to immensely. 12-0 is our score here as Blue Valley gets their second possession going here tonight. Brockman looking back to pass. Two-man rush still again from Frankfort across the far sideline. Tiptoeing for that catch will be Trey Sump for his third catch here tonight for about a pickup of 6.
Yeah, you brought it up there, but what a tiptoe to stay in bounds. Brock again eluding a few tacklers in the backfield, able to throw that on the run. What a beautiful play there for a pickup of 6.
Second down now and 4 upcoming for the Blue Valley Rams, trying to get on the board here in the first quarter yet still. Ball on their own, we're going to call it 20-yard line as Brockman's going to hand this one off up the middle. First designed running play for the Rams here tonight will go to number 10, Jaron Brenner. Pick up about 1.5. Now a third down and medium coming up for the Rams.
Lane Wiseau doing a lot of work on the defensive side of the ball, not only the offensive side of the ball for Frankfort. He has picked up 4 solo tackles already and was the reason for that one there.
As Quentin mentioned, we talk about the offense all season long for Frankfort, but this defense so far this year, 6 sacks in 5 games, 4 interceptions, and 3 fumble recoveries too. Get this too, in 5 games, 31 tackles for losses. Very impressive through 5 weeks of the season for this Frankfort defensive front. Blue Valley, a little trouble getting that play call in. They're going to be forced to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. We're back after this break on KNDY FM 95.5.
If your four-legged friend is in need of quality care, call on the compassionate team at the Animal Clinic in Frankfort. Their experienced team of veterinarians are dedicated to the health of your pets or herd. From routine checkups to state-of-the-art medical procedures, call the office at 785-292-4628 or schedule an appointment online at animalclinicpa.com. Treating with compassion and dedication, count on the Animal Clinic in Frankfort, where your pet's health is their top priority.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Third down and about 3 to go inside their own territory. Brockman's going to hand this one off. Running back Trevor Clark down the left side. Good enough for a first down and then some for the Rams. Pick up about 8 yards there for Blue Valley.
Ty Smith getting in on his first tackle of the night, at least of what I have here on my sheet. They're able to convert the first down. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. A run game not looking too bad.
Hey, Quinn, I got a word we haven't said in a while. I don't know if we should say it, but the word penalties. We haven't seen one in a while. Let's hope that continues through the first quarter. First down and 10 now. Ball just shy of their own. Brockman in the backfield with Clark to his right. Brockman looking back to pass. Pressure by Lane Loizo will bring him down. That's going to be a 15-yard loss for Lane Loizo.
He is just adding to his defensive stats tonight, doing a great job. Him and Caden Combs are definitely the defensive leaders tonight.
Let me pull out my season stat sheets here real quick. Loizo now on the season, already a half a sack earlier in a game. So his first official solo sack on the year comes in week 6 for Lane Loizo. And at a good time, too, on a first down and 10. Now you're looking down and 25, I think.
Definitely a lot of field to cover.
Ball at the 16 now as we go under 40 seconds here to play in this first quarter. Loizo up the middle is going to force Brockman right side, leaves an opening. Brockman finds a seam down the sideline. 40, 50, 35, 20, 10, 5 dives. 1 yard line is where Brandon Brockman's going to get pulled down at, chased down from behind Heather on a big run. We're going to call that a 63-yard run there by Brant Brockman. Opened up this game, and all of a sudden, Blue Valley is in line to put some points on the board here.
Yeah, just answered my question of what I just said. If they could convert that, they definitely can and pick up more. That was explosive.
Brockman, good composure. They brought Loizo up the middle again. Brockman found the edge on the right side and right up the seam. 2 seconds, here we go. Will they get it off? They do. Brockman's going to hand off up the middle to Clark. Clark right side, barreling through. Is he in? Touchdown, Blue Valley Rams on a 2-yard touchdown run by Trevor Clark.
Yeah, that what looked like an option play to get their explosive pickup. It was Trevor Clark, Jaron Brenner, and Riley Stump out there throwing some great blocks for him to have that big hole to get to the sideline and up the field.
And as time expires, too, on the first quarter, so we're going to get a 2-point conversion here as Blue Valley's already cut this lead in half 12-6. We'll see if they can get the first 2-point conversion of the night on the side of the Rams. Brockman will be alone in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers to his left, both split out. Frankfort 3 down defensive lineman. Receiver right to left goes in motion. A little hand pass there to Sump trying to get the edge. He keeps fighting. Second effort's going to get Trey Sump in there for the conversion. So make it 12-8 now. Frankfurt still ahead, but Blue Valley answers as the first quarter ends on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number 1 rated dentist in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. 12-8 is our score. We're back with second quarter action after this.
Call Parthamer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthamer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthamer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthamer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthamer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthamer Electric in Frankfort.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
12-8 is our score. Blue Valley gets the first 2-point conversion of the evening. Frankfort so far in the year holding opponents to 46% on 2-point conversions. Frankfort themselves, 36%, but they're on this one. This one's going to be returnable by Loizo. Picks it up at the 5. Goes right, now goes left, trying to find the edge. Gets up to the 20. He's going to be taken down, though, right about the 22-yard line. Always a little nervousness there when Lane Loizo picks up that ball on the return. His partner so far this year, Carter Olson, back there on the return, also has himself a touchdown return earlier this season. So explosiveness all over the field for the Wildcats. But now let's see how they can respond. They just gave up a touchdown with no time left at the end of the first quarter. What was a wild back-and-forth first quarter. Frankfort started this game off with 2 big plays, fumbled it out of the back of the end zone for a turnover. Blue Valley went 0-2 on their first drives before finally punching in that 2-yard run. Here's going to be an option play right side, eaten up by the Blue Valley Rams as Porter Colvin got that carry, but he's going to be dropped in the backfield by Trevor Clark.
Yeah, Trevor Clark coming up big for this defense. He was the one that first initially hit Lane Loizo there on that kick return and now gets in the backfield. If he keeps playing like this, I don't know what we'll see tonight.
And momentum is always a very interesting thing. I think if your head coach 1 quarter, 12-8 are scored, you just scored right before the quarter break. So let's see what this defense can do, because we've seen Frankfort stall at times. Looking for a score here, though, to push up their lead 12-8. In the backfield, Anderson takes the snap. Rolling route. It's going to be a screen pass across the middle as Carter Olson brings this one in. Olson into open space. First down and more. First down. And then some up to almost the 50-yard line. As it's going to be right at a 20-yard pitch and catch between Anderson and Olson.
Yeah, Olson with a great run there. Blue Valley has done a good job against the run, but any type of pass that Frankfort is showing, they are being successful at it, even if it's just a small dump. So we'll see what changes Blue Valley can make to help out with that.
And so far early on, not huge, complicated pass routes either. A few screens here and there, just letting these athletes from Frankfort get into space. Anderson on the quarterback give as Colvin gets his second carry. He's going to get back those lost 5 yards on that first run, picks himself up. We're going to call it 5, so makes it even now for Colvin. Second down and 5 just across the midway point for the Wildcats. Gives me a chance to remind you that every weekday during the 5 o'clock news block at about 5:20, our KNDY Coaches Corner program airs. Every Thursday, you can listen to my conversation with Nick Anderson, see what's going on as this season winds down. Anderson's going to run option left side. Colvin gets the pitch to the edge, picks up about 3, and then sworn down there by the Blue Valley defense. Trevor Clark, second or third man there to wrestle him down.
Now, Latham with Roeder out in the backfield, nearly picking up that tackle for a loss, but they were able to get the ball off and pick up just a few yards there.
Frankfort being deliberate now with their play call. 3rd down and 2, ball on the Blue Valley 36-yard line. Clock rolling, 9:17 left to play. Frankfort still leads this one 12-8 in a very important district game here. Homecoming as well for Frankfort. Good crowd this evening. As the train whistles in the background, Lane Loizo is going to get a run up the middle on the halfback draw. Just keep those legs churning. We do have a penalty flag. It's going to be good enough for a first down pickup of, we're going to call it 7 yards there for Loizo, but let's see what this penalty has a marker on. 7 combined penalties by both teams in the first quarter. It's going to be a holding by Frankfort to start this one off.
This is a big penalty here. Definitely one of those momentum plays that we talked about earlier. We just went from a converted 3rd down to now it's 3rd and 10. If Blue Valley holds them here, they could be threatening to go down and take the lead.
Big conversion wiped right off the board by Blue Valley, holding like Quentin said. 3rd down and 10 now, back inside Frankfort territory, just across midfield. Anderson will be in the gun in the backfield. Arn to his right. One receiver right will be Olson. One receiver left will be Loizo. Wildcats working right to left here. It's going to be a fake down the middle, looking Loizo. Now Olson on the crossing. No, Loizo down the middle has a man beat in and out of his arms On a 3rd down and 10, Wes Anderson tosses his first incompletion of the night. And like Clinton said, let's see what Nick Anderson decides to do now on this play call.
Yeah, to my eyes, he had a wide open Carter Olson right for 10 yards, but decided to throw it down the field, and Braden Brockman was there with a hand just in the perfect place. He wasn't able to see the ball, but he knows where his hands need to go to break up that pass, and that's right in the middle of the receiver's two hands.
And you hear it in all aspects of football. If a team has time to prepare for you, they're going to take away their best ability. Not only so far in this game, well, we've seen some big plays by Frankfort, but back to Hanover a couple weeks ago, teams are figuring out that this Frankfort team really likes to take shots.
We've seen those big pass plays so far, but only one has really been effective. We've seen the turnover and now the incomplete pass. So Blue Valley's defense is doing a great job tonight.
That defense is going to force Nick Anderson to take a timeout. He sent his offense back out there on a 4th down and 10. Now he wants to talk it back over. We're going to take a quick break here, too. Frankfort still leading 12-8. You're listening to KNDY.
With gear for any outdoor enthusiast needs, making a stop at Tuttle Creek Outdoors in Randolph is a must. High-quality products and knowledgeable staff, Tuttle Creek Outdoors has you covered for all your hunting, fishing, camping, and marine service needs. Offering daily military discounts store-wide, make your next outdoor adventure memorable by visiting Tuttle Creek Outdoors along Highway 77 in Randolph, Kansas, and keep doing what you love while they handle the rest.
You've reached Billy Bob's Propane. Nobody can take your call now, but somebody will get back to you sometime.
Yeah, this is Frank Jones, and I'm switching propane companies. Why? Wanklin Oil has more to offer, and to be honest, better prices. They also gave me options that fit my budget, and in case you don't remember, I called last week because I was nearly out of propane. You never called me back. I'm now out of propane.
Switching propane dealers is no big deal. Call Wanklin Oil at 1-800-794-2019. Wanklin Oil, we've had the energy since 1926.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
On the 4th down and 10 play, Wes Anderson was able to find Carter Olson on a strike down the far sideline on a little comeback route right at the sticks. Needed 10 yards, probably picked up about 10 yards and 4 inches. End of the day, still good enough for a first down as Frankfort continues to move these chains.
Looked exactly like the previous play that they had run. We know Carter Olson was open on that last play. They went right back to him.
Found the open man. Now Frankfort looking to push out this lead. 8 minutes ago before halftime. Anderson looking back to pass near side. Hits Loizo in stride, trying to keep those legs churning as he does. Picks up a first down, pretty close to. We're going to give him a pickup of 11 on a 1st down and 10. For shipping away here. 10 yards out of time. You're going to eventually get to the end zone.
Yeah, you should. That's a good amount of yards to pick up per play. We'll see if that Blue Valley defense can step up here and cause some chaos.
Anderson steps into the backfield in the shotgun with Colvin to his right. Blue Valley, 2 down linemen, 3 backers up there. They only rush 2. Swing pass right side to Olson. Olson picks it up at about the line of scrimmage. Forward for 10, I think we're going to call it. Good enough for another first down. Let's see where the mark is there on the far side of the field. That will be good enough for a first down. So back-to-back 10-yard catches there for Carter Olson, as now Frankfort is inside the red zone at about the Blue Valley 18-yard line.
Brenner coming in with his first defensive stop there. One thing I'm liking about Blue Valley is a lot of these guys are hard to take down, but they are just, if I'm not going to take you down, you're going to take me with you.
Graham's doing a good job swarm tackling here tonight, not giving up on the play. Anderson, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Colvin behind him in the backfield. Pistol set for Anderson. Takes the snap, left side, quick pass to Harden. Harden in and out of his hands, incomplete. Looking for our first score here of this second quarter. Game started off quickly and found Lane Loizo for a 31-yard pickup, then found Trent Harden for a 48-yard pickup. Harden fumbled it out of the back of the end zone on the second play. gave Blue Valley back the ball. When Blue Valley punted that after what seemed like forever, Lane Loizo took it 35 yards back for the touchdown, making it 6-0 Frankfort. Blue Valley turned it over on downs on their next possession. Frankfort answered back with a 2-yard touchdown run by Wes Anderson, making it 12-0 before Blue Valley answered back with a 2-yard run of their own by Trevor Clark. Here on the 2nd down and 10, it's going to be an option left side. Loizo with a lead line of blockers breaks off 2 or 3 tackles as Loizo keeps those legs churning. Finally picks up about 6 for number 6.
Yeah, a lot of guys in there on that tackle. Like I said, Blaine Loizo, he keeps those legs tugging. He is hard to bring down, but those guys are slowing him up enough that you get 4 of these Blue Valley defenders in there. There's nothing much he can do. At least he's not picking up extra yardage.
3rd down and about 5 now to go for Frankfort. First down will be at the 3-yard line as clock rolls under 6:20 to go before halftime. Anderson in the shotgun with Colvin to his right. 2 receivers left are going to be Hardin and Loizo. Loizo goes in motion left to right. Anderson up the gut, down the middle, stretches for a touchdown. Is he close? What's the call? Down at the 1, but a first down. Good enough. So pickup of 4. We're going to give him a pickup of 8 on that one. And a first down at about the 6-yard line for Frankfort.
1-yard line. Nate Irving stops this defensive drive. He's leading in solo tackles and has an assist. 4 solo tackles that would be, and stops them just before getting in the end zone.
This Blue Valley Rams defense, though, needing a big stop. Ball at the 1-yard line. Anderson in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Loizo in motion left to right. Little touch pass to Loizo. Blue Valley looks like they swarmed him at the goal line. Right hand is up from the official, so a no gain. We're going to keep it at the 1-yard line for Frankfort.
Looked like Brockman and Withroder were there to stop. Sorry, that was Loizo, correct? Yeah, stop Loizo. Hard thing to do, but they definitely got it done.
As we inch closer to halftime, 5 minutes till. Reminder, we will take a peek at area scores from our friend over at TVL Sports Spotlight, Jeff Wirtz. Give him a like on Facebook and getting all the Friday night action from the TVL Spotlight. It's going to be a dive up the middle for Loizo, and he walks in for a touchdown.
Quite a long drive there. Takes quite a bit off the clock. We have 4:52 remaining, and how long that first quarter took, this definitely feels like a whole different game with the second quarter flying by.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't think I'd see Frankfort with an 18 on the scoreboard with 4 minutes left to go before halftime, but here we are, trying to make it 20-8. Anderson rolls out right on the 2-point conversion. Comeback pattern is going to be incomplete, no good, as now Frankfort is 0 for 3 on those 2-point conversions. 4 minutes and 52 left to go before halftime. You're listening to the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week here on KNDY FM 95.5.
Donut Day is coming! Donut Day? What's that? Free donuts for Blue Valley customers.
October is National Cooperative Month, and Blue Valley Technologies is here to celebrate. Swing by on Friday, October 25th, before work or school for donuts, coffee, and hot apple cider. Drive through our west parking lot from 7 to 10 a.m. The first 25 people through get a free stocking hat.
Other various prizes are available.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Soother's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Soother difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Soothers, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Soother Feeds in Frankfort and online at sootherfeeds.com. Soother Feeds, where your success is our success.
As a reminder that you can listen to this broadcast or any broadcast back at the KNDYradio.com. If you go to the podcast tab under the sports section at KNDYradio.com, you can find all of our broadcasts available to download as a podcast or listen back anytime, whether it's this contest or one from years prior Go to KNDYradio.com. 18-8 here on a homecoming matchup for Frankfort as they lead the Blue Valley Rams with 5 minutes left to go before halftime. And has been really the Lane Loizo show. 18 touchdowns going into tonight. He's added 2, 1 through the punt return, and now 1 on the ground. We're going to have a return here by Brant Brockman on the kickoff. Gets up to about the 20-yard line, but some laundry on the field.
Something we didn't see too much in that second quarter. I believe we saw 1 penalty, but hopefully this is not becoming another trend.
This one's going to be on the return team, though, so Brockman got up to the 20. A holding's going to push back the Rams, I believe, 10 more yards, so starting deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line. So far here tonight, Quinn, we've seen this Blue Valley Rams team take time off the clock. They came up empty on one possession, scored on the other, but what's looked good so far from your eyes tonight?
Well, I harped on it all last drive, but their defense looks great. You're holding an explosive, great offensive team to a drive that takes over 8 minutes off the clock and making them not be able to convert any big hit there, any of their second point conversions. Man, that's something to be proud of.
Trevor Clark got the run left side here, and I believe that was Kane Combs who surplexed Clark there right at the line of scrimmage, pickup of no gain. I think the key here for Blue Valley, let's see if they can get themselves an explosive play. They haven't had a play, besides the Brain Brockman run of 63 yards, they haven't had a play over 21 yards, and if we're going to go smaller than that, so far 9. According to my stats there. So let's see. They can't get some ball movement here as we hit the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. Brockman back to pass, pressure up the middle by Harden. Harden's going to be taken down. That's a flag on Blue Valley as the tackled Trent Harden. Brockman still running around, takes a solid lick there from Loizo, I believe, Anderson, but once again, a penalty in the backfield for Blue Valley.
Yeah, we'll see what this is, but I think we know that it is going to go against Blue Valley. That did look like number 50, Tennessee Hartman, out there doing his best to give Brockman as much time as he can, but unfortunately picked up the penalty.
And like Quinton said, I don't want to say, doing your best, trying to hold, but this is a defensive front, even though it's just 2. Trent Harden and Sam Backman are absolutely relentless. We saw it 3 weeks ago versus Hanover, as Harden, I believe, had 2 or 3 sacks to his name, the strip fumble, too, as well. So even if they don't get to the quarterback, they're causing problems. With those problems, Blue Valley wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:49 left to play here in the second quarter. You're listening to the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY FM 95.5.
When shopping a hometown grocer, you want selection and service, like G&R Market in Frankfort offers. Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, along with weekly specials, they'll make your wallet happy. Shop the G&R Market app or grab a cart and look around to find something new for dinner. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 7, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Great deals, friendly faces every time at G&R Market in Frankfort. Quality, integrity, durability, the values that make Landall stand out above the rest. Landall Company offers stable employment with growth opportunities, excellent wages, and a benefit package that includes profit sharing, $2 per hour shift differential, 4% attendance bonus, fuel allowance to drive to work, weekly paychecks, comprehensive insurance package with $500 deductible, and much more. Learn more. Apply online at Landall.com. Phone 785-562-5381. EEO Vets and Disability. Welcome.
Second down and about 15 here for Blue Valley as they snap it on their own 5. Trent Harden in the backfield right again. Good job there by Hartman across the middle. Pass is going to be complete to Trey Stump. Pickup of 7 yards on that pickup.
Yeah, what a pass and a catch there. One thing I want to note, he was just penalized. Tennessee Hartman doing his best not to get penalized, literally throwing his hands up, making sure he doesn't get a hold, and I'd love to see that.
Always got to survive and adapt here in the TVL. A big district game. This means a lot for both teams. Of course, it is homecoming here for Frankfort, but Blue Valley on the uptick the last couple of years, looking for a statement win over a top-5 Frankfort team here tonight. Brockman in the shotgun on the third and medium. Brockman rolls right. He's going to be pressured in the backfield. Loizo somehow lets him get out of his arms. Now Brockman up the middle. He's going to run, but not good enough for a first down. Does pick up about 3, maybe 2, maybe 1.
Yeah, it looks like possibly 2 there.
We're going to give him a 2-yard pickup on that one.
Still a good pickup when you have someone like Lane Duizo chasing you down.
First down is going to be about 3 yards away on the 4th down and 3. Like Quentin mentioned, though, this Frankfort defense, Brockman just running for his life sometimes in the backfield, but still Frankfort defensive backs doing a good job of blanketing all the receivers.
Yeah, they're only rushing 2. I know you've harped on that a few times tonight, but it really gives that backfield just time and guys to cover whoever they want. And Lane Luizo being a threat to blitz every now and then. Just scary stuff here.
Blue Valley's going to take their last time out of the half. We're going to take it with them here at the 2:12 mark of halftime. Stay tuned right here as you're listening to the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY.
Whether they are on the field or in the classroom, the Blue Valley Rams will compete with strength and pride. When looking for a bank that holds those same values, you're talking about Union State Bank. With 2 locations on Highway 16 in Oldsburg and along Highway 77 in Randolph, Union State Bank is proud to support the community and proud to support the Blue Valley Rams. Rely on the knowledgeable and friendly staff at either location for a strong banking option today. Union State Bank wishes all school athletes a successful and healthy season.
Good contest tonight here on FM 95.5 as well as over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94. With the call on that one as the Marysville Bulldogs play host to Rock Creek in what should be a great matchup in some district play there. Sports does not stop at KNDY over the weekend. It is an off week for the KU Jayhawks, probably a good thing. Try and get their heads straight. Meanwhile, the Kansas State Wildcats will be at Colorado tomorrow night over on our sister station, AM 1570, for a late kickoff, 9:15 out in Boulder. 4th down and 4 now. Flags come out, and it looks like a false start probably issued by the Blue Valley Rams. That one's going to kill the momentum real quick, and it is on the Blue Valley.
Yeah, it looked like the center just kind of pump-faked that ball just enough to get Frankfort to jump and get the officials notice there to get the penalty.
So 4th down and 4 now turns into a 4th down and 9 from their own 13-yard line. Blue Valley needs to get up to their own 21. Clock stop, 2:10 left to go before half. It is going to be a punt, though, here on a 4th down and 10 as Eliza takes this at his 30. Already one punt return for a touchdown for Lane. Gets to the far sideline, across the 50, across the 40, outside of 2 tackles. Legs still moving, and up across the 30 with a penalty flag thrown.
Yeah, penalty kind of behind where the play was happening. We'll have to see what the call is here, but Lane Loiza breaking so many tackles to pick up as much yardage as he could there.
His first touch on a punt return went 35 yards for a touchdown. This one went about 20 and change on the other side of the Frankfort 50. This penalty, though, will be on the return team, Frankfort Wildcats. That's now their 5th accepted penalty here in this first half. We'll back them up to the 37-yard line of Blue Valley.
I think that gives us a little insight of how he was able to continue getting some yardage there, and officials caught that too.
Had a pretty big hole there for Lane. It's going to be Anderson in the pistol now. Eliza motioning out to his left. It's going to be a halfback fake draw now. Shot forehand near side. Got it at the 5. Down to the end zone at the 1. So that's going to be a 37. We're going to call it a 36-yard pitch and catch from Wes Anderson to Trent Harden on the yard line.
Yeah, they have both Trace Sump and Braden Brockman on that receiver there, but it doesn't matter. Wes Anderson saw his man, had just enough separation, and put the ball perfectly into his hands.
Trust, too, by the quarterback. Harden had that second play of the game. He fumbled it out the back of the end zone. He dropped an easy screen play here early on down inside their territory, and now coming back with a big 36-yard pitch and catch. Now I believe we're going to have a warning issued on the sideline here for Frankfort. Usually we see Nick Anderson get a little animated. Didn't see it too much on that one. So a first and goal now from the 1 yard line. Anderson spinner back, gives it off to to Colvin up the middle. I thought he got it, but they're going to say he was stopped just short. So a no-yard gain on a first down and goal from the 1 yard line for Frankfort.
Trevor Clark there again to pick up the big tackle. He has 3 solo tackles on tonight, an assist and a tackle for a loss. So doing pretty well here tonight.
Second down and goal now. They're going to mark this one at about the 1.5 yard line, so technically a half-yard loss there for Colvin, who hasn't been able to get going on the ground so far tonight. Anderson through the air has as he's back in the shotgun. It's going to be motion, give off to Loizo up the middle, and he's going to walk in for another 1 yard touchdown run by Lane Loizo.
Yeah, we'll see here now if Frankfort can overcome their biggest enemy tonight, and that is 2-point conversion. Second chance points is what I was going for. So a 2-point conversion. They haven't scored one yet here.
So far tonight, 0 for 4 for a team that converts 63% on the season. So they're bound to get one here. Let's see if it happens. 1:09 on the clock. Frankfort leading 24-8 after Loizo's third touchdown on the night. They're going to give it right back to Lane. He's going to walk in for the 2-point conversion. Just keep giving it to Loizo on homecoming. That's going to make this score 26-8 as we hit the 1 minute mark here to go before halftime. We're going to take a timeout, bring it right back here from word from our sponsors as you're listening to the game.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Every week, stay informed and connected with the Frankfort community top stories by getting the Frankfort Area News, a small-town newspaper dedicated to their subscribers, advertisers, and community. Established in 1991, the Frankfort Area News is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love hearing from their readers. If you have a story, wedding, birth, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News, 785-292-4726.
It's been a big night offensively for quarterback Wes Anderson. Stop me if you've heard that one so far. He is now 9 for 11 with 223 yards, yet to find the end zone, but he has on the ground so far tonight. It's been the Lane Loizo show, though, in the end zone. 2 rushing touchdowns and a punt return to his name. He kicks off here. This one boots about the 5-yard line. It's going to go out of bounds, give Blue Valley some decent field position here at the 1:09 mark. So as we get ready for halftime, Blue Valley will receive the ball to come out of the second half as Frankfort received the first one. As before mentioned, they drove all the way down the field, fumbled the ball out of the end zone on their first play. We're going to get a re-kick here as that ball. Once Blue Valley gets this possession with 1:09, what are you wanting to see from the Rams here to go into halftime?
Well, I think we have to just put together a few good plays, get a solid drive going. We don't have to get those chunk plays. We have seen explosive plays work for them, but their big enemy tonight seems to have been penalties and loss of yardage, just to make those third and long, second and long, something that's just so hard to overcome. So just keeping away from those, picking up your yards as you can get them, and work your way down the field. We don't have a lot of time, so we may need to see something more explosive, but we'll see what comes.
Not really staying out of their own way here as Brockman does get a chance to return this one. That's actually going to be number 8, Colin Withroder, who gets it all the way up to the 50, so maybe there's a spark as Blue Valley will get this possession started right at midfield with exactly 59 seconds left to go before half. So they're actually going to call it at the 38, so just short of midfield.
The big pickup when you only have 59 seconds left in the second quarter before we go to halftime. So that's going to help quite a bit picking up those 20 or so yards.
It took Blue Valley 3 minutes to score the first time they had the ball in the first quarter. They've got 59 seconds here. This Frankfort defense can hold strong at 26-8. At the 38-yard line, it's going to be a run near side. Trevor Clark trying to get to the outside, gets into the Frankfort bench, is going to be pushed forward for a pickup of about 2. That will drop him to the other side, so they're actually going to give him 3 on the run, but most importantly, quickly gets out of bounds to save some time.
Yeah, definitely sprinting for that end zone. Only took up 4 seconds on that play to pick up 3 yards. And maybe just to get your offense going, that's not such a bad thing here.
Trying to find a little rhythm now. Keep this ball game closer. Then 26-28 going into halftime. Could be a big momentum swing if Blue Valley's able to find the end zone. Brockman back to pass. First protector, right side, going to swing it out to Brenner. Darren Brenner. He dropped for a loss of 1. And most importantly, he's tackled inbounds. So this clock's going to continue to run now on Blue Valley. Remember, they don't have any timeouts. So now down to 33 seconds left. Going to have to move fast on the 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8 right at midfield. Working left to right. It's going to be a handoff left side. Trevor Clark trying to find the edge. Picks up about 1. Stays in bounds. Does Nick Anderson take a timeout? I don't believe he will. So he's going to let this one continue to run.
Playing some hurry up here. It looks like maybe a little bit of confusion as they're trying to get set to the ball.
That's going to bring us to halftime. 26-8 is your score. Frankfort ahead on this one. We're going to take a timeout, come back, recap that first half before getting you news, weather, and sports, as well as a look around the Twin Valley League. At halftime, again, your score, 26-8. Frankfort Wildcats lead the Blue Valley Rams on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number 1 rated dentist in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve.
Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. The yield advantages are in the data for corn and soybeans. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. If you're wanting to upgrade to a Merit stock trailer or a travel-along dump or flatbed trailer, give us a call at 785-292-4166. They're also booking your net wrap for next year. Call Trailers for You at 785-292-4166. Go Cats!
If your four-legged friend is in need of quality care, call on the compassionate team at the Animal Clinic in Frankfort. Their experienced team of veterinarians are dedicated to the health of your pets or herd. From routine checkups to state-of-the-art medical procedures, call the office at 785-292-4628 or schedule an appointment online at animalclinicpa.com. Treating with compassion and dedication, count on the Animal Clinic in Frankfort, where your pet's health is their top priority.
Max Blasky back with you on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Just start of halftime. Frankfort leading 26-28. Wanted to bring you some first half stats unofficially tonight. First for the Blue Valley Rams. Braden Brockman, quarterback so far here tonight, is 7 for 9 passing, 47 yards. Also on the ground, he has 6 rushes for 53. He has been sacked twice by this Frankfort defense. Trevor Clark has the lone touchdown on the night for the Rams on a 2-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. He has 4 rushes for 14 yards. Jaron Brenner, 1 rush for 1 yard. Receiving for the Blue Valley Rams, it has been Trey Sump. He has 4 receptions for 42 yards. Trevor Clark, 1 reception for 5 yards. And Jaron Brenner, 2 receptions for no yards. As for the Frankfort Wildcats, it's been through the air, then on the ground when they need to get a touchdown. Wes Anderson in that first half, 9 for 11 passing, 223 yards. His favorite target tonight, Carter Olson, 4 receptions, 97 yards. Trent Harden, 2 receptions, 84 yards, averaging 42 yards per catch. Lane Loizo, 3 receptions for 42 yards. Now on the ground, Anderson himself, 2 rushes for 10 yards and a touchdown. Porter Colvin, 4 rushes for just 3 yards, but it has been the Lane Loizo show as he has 4 rushes for 10 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a punt return for a touchdown. And that's how this scoring got going early on in the contest. Frankfort took the opening kickoff, 2 plays, got it down to the 1-yard line, but Hardin fumbled the ball out the back of the end zone, giving it back to Blue Valley at about the 1:42 mark in the first quarter. Frankfort held Blue Valley, forced them down to punt, and on that punt, Lane Loizo took it 35 yards to the house for his first punt return touchdown on the season. Blue Valley was forced to turn it over on downs on their next possession. Frankfort answered back with a 2-yard touchdown run by Wes Anderson, making it 12-0 as the 2-point conversion was no good. Blue Valley got their final score at the end of the first quarter on that 2-yard touchdown run by Trevor Clark. Brandon Brockman found Trey Sump for the 2-point conversion, making it 12-8 as time expired on the quarter. Frankfort came out in the second quarter, forced to punt by Blue Valley, took their first possession, on their first possession of the second quarter, took it down on a 1-yard touchdown run by Lane Loizo, making it 18-8, 2-point conversion, no good, and right before half, second rushing touchdown on the evening in the first half, making it 24-8, as he also punched in the 2-point conversion, making it 26-8. Frankfort Wildcats lead by that score, 26-8, as we are at halftime of our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. It is homecoming here for the Frankfort Wildcats. So, of course, a big congratulations to the nominees, Ty Smith, Sam Backman, Lane Loizo, and for the ladies, Ellie Studer, Breeley Everett, and Samantha Joel. Congratulations to your 2024 homecoming king, Sam Backman, and your 2024 homecoming queen is Breeley Everett. Frankfort looking to hold on for a win here in week number 6 of the high school football season, leading to half 26-8. We'll be back after these halftime words, looking at national news, weather, as well as a look around the TVL. When we're back, we're going to take a look at scores from around the league here at halftime. It's 26-8, Frankfort.
KNDY has been your sports leader of local teams since the days of leather helmets. Well, okay, not that long, but since the days before the Blue Valley and Nemaha Valley Leagues combined, for over 40 years, KNDY has been your source for scores, interviews, and live play-by-play action of your favorite teams all season long. The game and technology may have changed, but our coverage remains the same. KNDY, your area sports leader, on air, online, and on our mobile app.
Stay informed with everything happening in the Twin Valley League this year with the TVL Rundown. Join me, Max Blasky, and TVL Sports Spotlight's Jeff Wirtz as we chat volleyball and football to basketball, track, and more. Catch the TVL Rundown every Wednesday during the 7 a.m. and noon news blocks on KNDY, or listen back anytime at KNDYradio.com. Your go-to program for Twin Valley League sports is the TVL Rundown.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Max Blasky back here with you on our Marysville Week. Frankfort leading Blue Valley at halftime at 26-8. Red right by the end of the evening. Reminder, good one going on over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94. Has the Marysville Bulldogs versus the Rock Creek Mustangs, in which was a touted heck of a district game there. Both of those squads fighting Chapman, Clay Center, Concordia, and Rock District 5 championship this year. Bulldogs off to a 5-0 start in the top 5 state ranking for the first time in quite a few years. Here in our contest, it has Frankfort's then contest. They jumped out to a 12-0 lead in the first quarter. Blue Valley got their lone score as quarter expired before Frankfort answered back with 2 more touchdowns of their own in the second quarter. It has been the Lane Loizo show in the end zone. If you're just tuning in, 2 rushing touchdowns and a punt return for a touchdown, a 35-yarder to start off this game for the senior from Frankfort. Of course, these seniors for the Wildcats, this is their last home game So a big class this year, including the names of Lane Loizo, Ty Smith, Trent Harden, Caden Combs, Carter Olson, and Sam Backman playing their last game here in front of this home crowd and putting on a good show. Taking a look at scores elsewhere around the league, we will give you a mention of that Marysville score just as soon as I get it. League scores from around the TVL, courtesy of Jeff Wirtz over at the TVL Sports Spotlight. Go ahead and give him a follow on Facebook. Also check out the blog post, too, as well. It was Axtell defeating St. Paul as to be expected, 68-0, as now that winning streak is a state record 45 straight games for 8-man Division II. We will have the Axtell Eagles our next 2 weeks. They host Hanover next Friday before taking on these Frankfort Wildcats in 2 weeks. Actually, Axtell at Frankfort. So Frankfort has one more home game. I misread that one earlier. So the Eagles continue on their march. At halftime, the Clifton Clyde Eagles lead Sylvan Lucas 18-0. Elsewhere around the Twin Valley League in some 8-man division. At the end of the first quarter, Lynn trailed Pike Valley 16-14 in what should be a very good contest there tonight. Actually 22-all early second quarter, excuse me. Tonight's Mustangs continuing their dominating season after a big win last week versus Bennington. The Mustangs leading 33-10 with about 5 minutes left. That one's probably at halftime now over winless Harrington in what should be a good district win for the Mustangs. And another 11-man power this year, the Centralia Panthers, they lead at halftime over Horton 20-0. And you want to talk about another stacked district, District 4 and 1A. Morrow Hill, Centralia, Troy, Donovan West, Horton, and Riverside, an excellent district there. Not to be outdone, though, by this 8-man Division II District 3 with the likes of Axtell, Frankfort, Hanover, Blue Valley, and Wakefield. Probably one of the best divisions, regardless of class size, in the state of Kansas. College football continues this weekend, too, as well. Over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1, the Kansas State Wildcats will be on the road at Boulder. That's going to be a late game tomorrow evening. 9:15 will be the tip-off there. Meanwhile, the KU Jayhawks are on a well-needed bye week to get those minds right, trying to get back in the win column in 2 weeks versus Houston. We've hit the 3-minute mark here to go before second half action gets tipped off on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. We're back after this word from our sponsors.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
Call Parthimer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthimer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthimer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthimer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthimer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthimer Electric in Frankfort.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
Max Blasky back with you. Quentin Blasky can have action about underway here this evening. We ran through some stats from that first half. We mentioned Lane Loizo, 2 rushing touchdowns and a punt return touch. The ground was looking back at last year's score. This was a game that Frankfort handled 49-0, ended that game at halftime. But exceptional game last year, except through the air. 6 receptions, 108 yards, 3 touchdowns for the now senior in last year's contest. Wes Anderson, 12 completions, 17 attempts, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns. Anderson yet to find the end zone tonight through the air. But I think most importantly was mentioned, they did clean it up a little bit in the second half, but I'm going to go back to it, penalties. Between both of these teams, we're going to combine 12 penalties in this first half. Last year's contest, there was a combined 3 in the entire game. Now, take that as you may, I think Blue Valley has an opportunity here if they come out and score right before halftime to make this one a contest and maybe put a little fright into these Frankfort Wildcats.
Yeah, Blue Valley looked as we expected coming into this contest. Really, I thought they've been playing well all night, defensively and offensively. But as you said, the penalties, especially on their offensive drives, have backed them up to second and third and longs, which they just can't convert. We've seen explosive plays. We've seen them chunk yardage. It's definitely a team that can still make the end zone here and play defensively well enough to keep Frankfort out. We have seen that. We have seen an 8+ minute drive by Frankfort where Blue Valley was just giving their all to stop them. We do have a few leaders on the defensive side of the ball for Blue Valley. Nate Irvine with 4 tackles and assists. Clark with 3 and assists, a tackle for a loss. Braden Brockman with 3 tackles and another assist there.
And defensively, too, for Frankfort, we mentioned him, Sam Backman and Trent Harden up in the front of the line. But Lane Loizo, I just mentioned him offensively, but all over the stat sheet, he himself has, I believe, a sack, too, as well this evening.
Lane Loizo leads the team in solo tackles at 6, and I will confirm he does have a sack here. Second runner-up coming to Caden Combs with 4 tackles and an assist. So I really do feel like we've been calling Lane Loizo's name a lot, but he is all over the field on both sides of the ball.
When a kid's making plays such as Lane is, I mentioned it, I think, at one point throughout that first half, going into this contest, games, Lane had 9 rushing touchdowns and 9 receiving touchdowns. So make that 11 rushing touchdowns and 1 special team touchdown percent of Frankfort's points throughout this season, and I'm sure that number's jumped up with those 2 tutties here tonight for the senior. Frankfort did elect to receive, so they will kick it off. It will be it's going to be kicking off for Frankfort. Number 14, Ty Smith, boots this one down the left side. It's going to be taken up off a little dribbling kick over on the far sideline, returned up to about the 23-yard line. Jaron Brenner, and that is where the Rams are going to start their first possession here of this second half.
That little split kick allowed them to pick up a few yards. This is how you want to start the half. If Blue Valley can march down and get a touchdown, this makes it a lot closer game than it might appear right now.
And just like on that kickoff, I can't remember 100%, but I think Blue Valley has started every one of their offensive possessions in their own side of the field. So good job by this Frankfort defense. And speaking of Frankfort defense, Trent Harden, huge sack. That's going to be a 16, no, we're going to call it, I would say, a 14-yard loss there on the first play of the second half.
Yeah, we see Harden, Backman, and a blitz from Loizo, though, just breaking up that offensive line. Isn't one we've called out too much tonight. Hasn't gotten any defensive stops, but is always in the backfield, always causing that chaos.
Those two working in tandem up front very nicely. Trent Harden, big offensively and defensively. Here's a swing pass near side to Trey Sump. Sump's going to try and reverse his field, now being lost for about almost another 10-yard loss there by this Blue Valley offense.
That was Henry Ketter there to get that loss. It looks like the offensive runner was able to squeak by him, but Ketter able to just get his feet at the last second there and bring him down.
Couldn't be a worse start for Blue Valley here offensively. You had a first down and 10 to go at your own 28-yard line. Now you've got a third down and 2 country miles from their own 6. Blue Valley at the 6-yard line. Their first down markers at the 48. Brockman going to be back to pass, swing pass down the middle. It's going to be a catch by Sump, but he's going to be drilled immediately. Maybe a 1-yard pickup there for Sump, but a long fourth down play upcoming for the Rams.
Yeah, there was Combs not letting that little screen play trick him. He stayed with his man. Helps his dad to catch up to Lane Loizos now with 5 solo tackles.
Fourth down, and I think 31 is what we said on the good math here from the Frankfort crew. Punting it away will be Trevor Clark. Almost gets that one blocked. Loizos is going to pick this one up at his 50. Upfield he goes. Now cuts to the right. Gets to the 30-yard line across the 35. Frankfort will start deep in Blue Valley territory at about the 24-yard line.
Brace Sump there to force Lane Loizos out of bounds before he could really get upfield. Good look there. I like that punt. It took a little bit of time bobbling around on the ground to hit Loizos' hand, get those Blue Valley defensive guys up there.
The defensive pressure has been impressive for Frankfort. I know I made the comment last year, of course, a different schedule last year at this time, playing a Linden team that went on to win a state championship. Last year at this team, Frankfort was allowing 23 points a game. This year, 17.6. And just on that possession, you saw why walking Blue Valley end zone. Lane Loizos will not be stopped. Picks up about a 2-yard gain after running about 20 yards. Good, strong running, though, by the senior.
Yep. First on the Loizos, I really thought Loizos was going to be taken down by the bigger Clark there, but it was Stump that ended up bringing him out of bounds with the help of Brockman.
So now, coming for this Frankfort Wildcats team, they've been deliberate in the huddle tonight, too, as well. Notice that a couple weeks against Hanover, a little change in how Nick Anderson calls his plays. More controlled, get everyone set, get them in place. Anderson in the gun. He's going to fake right, has a man down the seam. It's going to be Loizos. Picked off, though, by Brant Brockman, deep inside the Frankfort territory, but the first mistake by Wes Anderson, and that's the first interception thrown by Anderson.
Great read by Brockman. It didn't look even to me up here that Loizos was off and running wide open to the end zone. In that safety coverage, Brockman was able to cut that off perfectly and get the interception.
As before mentioned, I think we saw Loizos sneaking down, but that quarterback ability by Brockman just to bait Anderson into that throw, and then Brockman athleticism to go up and get it. First interception thrown by Wes Anderson comes in week 6, so very secure with the ball except for on that one. Across the middle, Brockman looking for Nate Irvine as Irvine takes a lick from across the middle of that Frankfort defense.
Looked like the safety man, Trey Stump, was open on the sideline, but it's not always easy to see, and sometimes you just need to get a few more yards than the safety man will allow you to do. So Brockman looking upfield and gets an incomplete on that one.
And I think, like we mentioned, too, Blue Valley running 2, 3, 4 routes per play, but the pressure by Frankfort defense not allowing Brockman much time there in the backfield to scan the defense. Second down and 10 now to go from their own 8-yard line. Brockman in the shotgun, tight end tight to the left side. Brockman's going to look back to pass, throw it here near side. It's going to be short of the intended receiver. Irvine again, back-to-back incompletions for this Blue Valley offense.
Story of the night here, Sam Backman and Trent Harden in the backfield giving him pressure. He has to get that ball off, and it just comes up short.
This Frankfort defense so far here, 3 points allowed to a very good Clifton and Clyde team, held at Linden in week 2 to 22, shut out Solomon 4 weeks ago, 76. To Hanover, only allowed Hanover, though, to score 28 points in that one, and then held Thunder Ridge to 6 points last night, all while forcing 7 turnovers on the season defensively for Frankfort. Brockman back to pass on a 3rd down and 10. Pressure, of course, by Harden. Now back in the end zone. Has to let this one go off his back foot. Over the middle, off the hands of Lane Loizo, and incomplete. You want to talk about a nightcapper there. If Loizo was able to add a pick to his night, you're talking to maybe state player or player of the state there. 2 rushing touchdowns, an INT, punt return for a touchdown. That's a pretty fix on the field.
Definitely would have made a strong case for it. I was surprised the intended receiver with Roeder there definitely tried as hard as he had some hops there. I thought there was a chance he was at least going to be able to swipe at it. So Loizo wanted to get the chance to get that interception.
But once again, backfield throwing on the run across his body, across the middle of the field. It hasn't bit him yet, but it almost did there. Back to punt. Will be Trevor Clark sends this one high into the night. Will bounce at the 45, take a Frankfort, now a Blue Valley bounce, out to the 36-yard line, where Frankfort will get this possession going.
If we have to look at some silver linings on that offensive drive by Blue, we started it off with an interception, which is great to see. But now we at least don't see their 3rd and long, which I've harped on. They did it last offensive drive. Country mile, at least we didn't see it this time.
This is a Frankfort team, too, that when you're calling plays offensively, you know you need to score points, and being held to 8 here through the first 2.5 quarters, pretty tough. Anderson throws a strike to Colvin, good enough for a 1st down, and then some, pickup of about 16 to Porter Colvin. Colvin's first catch here comes in the second half. I wrote this note down earlier today, not thinking that I would get it, and honestly, probably hoping that we don't, just judging on how the score might be, but the school record for passing 381 yards. Now with that one, Les Anderson just shy of 250, so see how the second half goes. Might have a record-breaking night for Anderson as he's back to pass on a 1st down, swings the left side. Eliza tries to bring it in one-handed, but off that big right glove of his, incomplete for Wes.
You're definitely on pace for Wes Anderson to at least tempt that school record there. Lane Loizo not able to bring in that one-handed pass. Really should have got both of them out there. To meet my eyes, it looks like he could. Well, I'm not out on the field.
Spoken like a true coach. Catch everything with 2 hands, right? I hear you there. 2nd down and 10 now for Frankfort at the Blue Valley 21. Shotgun back to pass, patterns left side. It's going to be a comeback route for Trent Harden as he picks up some yards after catch. And now we have our first penalty of the second half on that tackle. And by the looks of it, might be a penalty on the Wildcats. Ty Smith, right side guard, coming up throwing his hands up in the air on that one. Not sure what the play is. Frankfort's walking back. Blue Valley's staying where they're at.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that tackle to bring Trent Harden down.
So it's going to be a face mask on Frank. So the 2nd down pickup of 6 will stand, and now we're going to walk it back 5 yards, if I remember right. So basically back to where they started, 2nd down and 10. Oh, no, will that play stand?
It doesn't seem like it. He must have been shy of that 6 yards.
Yeah, we're going to call it anyway. 2nd down and 10 now with the clock running. Frankfort leading 26-8. It's going to be a sweep left side as he's taken down by 3 or 4 Blue Valley Rams. That is 2-yard pickup there by this Blue Valley Rams defense.
Yeah, it looked like Irvine was back there for the tackle. Great stop on Lane Loizo. Had a few helping hands there by Leatham with Roeder. So to bring Lane Loizo down without picking up any yardage.
3rd down and 10 now on that short run. Anderson in the shotgun. Colvin to his right, 2 receivers to his right as well. Tight end tight left side. It's going to be Harden. Harden stays in the block Anderson looking back to pass in and out of the hands of Carter Olson. 26-8 our score now. 4th down and 10 for Frankfort, deep inside Blue Valley territory. We're going to see what the Wildcats do here. This is going to be the first 4th down play of the game for Frankfort, leading here in the third quarter, 26-8. Important game for both sides. Blue Valley trying to get back on the winning track after dropping 2 to Powers, Axtell, and Hanover. Frankfort trying to stay pace with those two teams. Anderson looking across the middle, had a man in and out of the hands of Lane Loizo, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for Frankfort.
Big defensive stop by Blue Valley. That's what they've been doing best tonight, is their defense. Get the ball back. Let's see if they can do something a little bit more productive than their last 2 offensive possessions, and hopefully get down the field.
With this change in possession, it gives me an opportunity to remind you that twice each hour during Friday nights, it is the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Bryce Leonard of Washington and Patrick Booty of Marysville. Stay tuned in to recaps and area scores twice each hour on game nights on KNDY. Quarterback run to the left side as Brockman's trying to find any lane. Reverses field not once but twice, and is finally going to be swarmed for about a 5-yard loss. But a holding penalty over on the far sideline is the indication from this officiating crew.
And Brockman there weaving and dipping, dodging, ducking, whatever he could do to find a lane there, but just wasn't able to. Frankfort had him beat to every route he wanted to go.
Yeah, Brandon Brockman almost like a fish out of water in that backfield. This Frankfort defense has been stout all trying to find some space to either get a run out. We've seen the athletic ability on that 63-yard run there in that second quarter, but just not being able to find any space so far tonight against a stout Frankfort Wildcats team. So now 1st down and 10. Clock still rolling. Anderson looking for an explanation here. An official near side talking. Nick. As I'm sure there's a little confusion on what the penalty was. It was I think Nick is just wondering where the ball was going to be placed. So actually he's going to end up declining that. Clock shows just under the 5-minute mark. Holding on the offense. So the penalty was declined. 2nd down and about 6 now on that negative 4-yard run by Brant Brockman. So we'll get all our stats squared away here. At the end of the day, it's 2nd down and 6 and buried in the backfield. Same story, different day. Trent Harden making an impact here defensively.
Yeah, definitely an option play there that Brockman decided to carry. Trent Hardman was just beat to the corner and up the field.
Defensively, too, this Frankfort team only allowing 67 yards on the season per game. Definitely holding Blue Valley under that one here as we go midway through the third quarter. 26-8 is our score. 4:11 left to play in this quarter. Brockman back to pass. 2 men will protect. He's going to throw it deep. It's going to be picked off by the safety. I believe that was Wes Anderson coming across, and it was.
Brockman kind of just put that up with a hope and a prayer. They had a lot of yardage to go for that 1st down. It's kind of been the story for the night. 3rd down and long, 4th down and long. So if anything, you put it up in the air far out there, so even if they get the ball, it adds a lot of yardage to what they need to drive down the field to put up a score.
And really a throw in between 2 defenders. Ty Smith was there that has 4 interceptions so far this year. Wes Anderson just picks off his first. The 2 ball control players. On the smart throw there, turnover now. Loizo gets it on the option near side, trying to get to the 50. Will be stopped after a gain of about 4 yard lines on the option near side, bringing up a second down and medium. There's a Blue Valley player slow to get up out of that tackle. That was Trevor Clark coming out of that, middle linebacker for the Rams. Play caller 2 here for Blue Valley. Toughs it out, though, after that 4-yard pickup from Loizo. Second down and about 6 now to go. Ball at the 35-yard line of Frankfort. Near hash here as Frankfort works right to left. Still a good crowd here as the moon is fully out now on a beautiful Friday night from Frankfort, Kansas. Anderson's going to take this shotgun snap, roll right, throw long, has a man. Olsen has it at the 10, breaks the tackle, and down at about the 5.
Yeah, it's surprising what we're able to do with the amount of passage he has. I think he is looking at approaching 300 yards, if not already breaking it. And really, most of those come off just a handful of passes here. He has nailed a few long ones here tonight.
So far here tonight, Wes Anderson is 10 for 16 for 277 yards. We've got 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Anderson in the shotgun, ball at the 5-yard line. Frankfort looking to increase this 26-8 score. It's going to be a run left side as Colvin takes it down inside the pickup there for Porter Colvin on his first pickup here in the second half.
Trace something there to prevent the Hanover Wildcats from getting in the end zone. Puts him to 5 solo tackles. Definitely one of the leaders right behind Nate Irvine tonight, defensive side of the ball for Blue Valley.
And I know the score is a little low, 6-8, and Frankfort driving, but I have been impressed with this Blue Valley defense to come in here, slow down Frankfort in the first quarter, and hold them where they did at halftime. It's been a testament to this coaching staff in their first 2 years. Anderson rolls right, looking for man in the back of the end zone. It's caught, but I believe he was out of bounds. No signal from the judge yet, and there it is. So incomplete pass. We'll bring up a 3rd and goal now for Frankfort.
Yeah, I want to harp on what you just were saying there before that play. This Blue Valley defense has good tonight. Not many teams can hold Hanover to this type of production. I know they've had their explosive plays. You're going to get that with Wes Anderson. But you take those out of the equation, and Hanover hasn't done too much offensive Blue Valley defense.
And we'll look at it here in just a little bit, but I think Blue Valley a chance to pick up some few more wins here late in the season as well. Anderson option left side. He's going to get this one to Colvin, who walks in for the 3-yard touchdown run for number 16, Porter Colvin.
Yeah, Trent Harden out there, not the man running it in, not the flashy position, but gets a huge block in the end zone to allow him to walk right in there for the score.
And a good decision, too, by Wes Anderson. We talk about his poise and his football knowledge all the time. Didn't take too long to pitch that one. Get it out to your athlete in space. Let him run it in for a TD. 2-point conversion now here. Frankfort looking for their second one tonight. It's going to be a handoff to Loizo as he runs over a tackler, but no good on the 2-point conversion for Frankfort. That score is going to stay 38-28 with 32-8 with 2:05 left to play in this third quarter. You're listening to the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY FM 95.5.
With gear for any outdoor enthusiast needs, making a stop at Tuttle Creek Outdoors in Randolph is a must. High-quality products and knowledgeable staff, Tuttle Creek Outdoors has you covered for all your hunting, fishing, camping, and marine service needs. Offering daily military discounts store-wide, make your next outdoor adventure memorable by visiting Tuttle Creek Outdoors along Highway 77 in Randolph, Kansas, and keep doing what you love while they handle the rest.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
32-8 now our score. 2 minutes left to play in this third quarter as Frankfort will punt it away. One to follow up on one comment that I made earlier. If you look at the schedule for both of these teams, Frankfort has Wakefield next week, followed by Axtell in week 8. A huge matchup here on senior night between the Eagles and the Wildcats that we'll have right here on FM 95.5. Before the Blue Valley Rams, they have St. John's Tipton and Wakefield both at home. Frankfort comes out with an onside kick, leading 32-8. Frankfort looks like they got it, and they do. Nick Anderson wanting to put this one away in the third quarter, goes with the onside kick and recovers it.
Yeah, a little surprising there to come out with an onside kick when you're up this much and your defense has been playing great. It surprised me, and it surprised the return team of Blue Valley there that wasn't able to get on the ball and turns it right back over to Frankfort.
And only a 24-point advantage. We've got a long way to go for that 45-point mark, but we'll see if this is a shot play coming out. Ball's going to be at the, what do I call it, Blue Valley 32-yard line. Anderson will be in the gun, pistol formation with Colvin behind him. It's going to be a quarterback draw up the middle as he waits for Colvin to clear the hole. Anderson takes a lick, picks up about 2, brings up a second down. And now we've got someone down on the field, and that's a Frankfort jersey color. On that far side, don't know who's rolling around. That's number 14, offensive guard for the Wildcats, clutching that hamstring, hopefully just a cramp as he gets up under his own power. Fine. In some pain there, though. His big number 14, Ty Smith.
Good to see him trying to jog off the field under his own power, got up under his own power. I would imagine it's just a cramp, and that's what we can hope for as well.
That or a shot to the area that men do not like to talk about. One of the two, the 4-year starter, comes to the sideline, will be replaced on that offensive line. We'll get you a name here in just a little. Right at the 30-yard line of Blue Valley. Anderson will be alone in the backfield. Loizo in motion left to right. Pressure from near side by Supp. Finds a wide open Trent Harden down the 5. Breaks the tackle in for a touchdown. That's going to be a 32-yard touchdown pass from Wes Anderson to Trent Harden.
He broke a tackle there. I think he broke one tackle right on the sideline and then lowered his shoulder to get in the end zone. Nothing was stopping him on that play.
A big, powerful run there by Trent Harden here at the 1:33 mark in this third quarter. So that onside kick does loom large, puts this lead now up to 30. 38-8 is our score. 2-point conversion looming for the Wildcats. In the gun, it will be Anderson with Loizo to his right. Fake to Loizo, swing pass right side, outstretched arms to Olsen. He got it. 2-point conversion good as number 12, Wes Anderson, finds number 33, Carter Olsen, for the 2-point conversion. Making this score 40-8. You're listening to the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY FM 95.5.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
Donut Day is coming! Donut Day? What's that? Free donuts for Blue Valley customers.
October is National Cooperative Month, and Blue Valley Technologies is here to celebrate. Swing by on Friday, October 25th, before work or school for donuts, coffee, and hot apple cider. Drive through our west parking lot from 7 to 10 a.m. The first 25 people through get a free stocking hat.
Other various prizes are available.
Going to be on our toes here for this kickoff as Frankfort leads by 32 points here with 1:33 left to play in the third quarter. Last time Frankfort scored, they onside kicked it, came back 32-yard pass from Wes Anderson to Trent Harden for his first touchdown of the day. Should have been actually his second. Get into that here in just a little bit. Loiza will be the kicker, sends this one deep, though, as back to return it will be Trey Sump. Picks that one up at his goal line and out of bounds. So 40-8 is our score. The before-mentioned play with Trent Harden, Frankfort had the opening drive of the game. Wes Anderson found Lane Loiza for 31 yards on the first play, found Harden 48 yards on the second play. Harden fumbles the ball out the back of the end zone, gives it right back to Blue Valley. Blue Valley didn't do anything with it, but that really slowed down this Frankfort momentum on a homecoming night. And good resilience by Harden, too, because not only did he fumble that ball, he dropped an easy pass in the second quarter that possibly could have been a touchdown for Frankfort. There's a little run over the left side for Trevor Clark, picks up 2. But then Wes Anderson had enough moxie to go back to his fellow senior here in the third for his third catch, first touchdown here on the night. And on the season so far here, that will be Trip Harden's fifth receiving touchdown on the season. Meanwhile, Wes Anderson, his 21st touchdown pass on the year. On a second down and 9 after that 1-yard pickup by Clark, it's going to be a run near side by Brockman, who gets shoved out of bounds right in front of the Frankfort bench. Picks up close to a first down, but not enough, I believe, as this will be marked just short of the first down marker. So on a second down and 9, nope, they're going to give it to him, first down. So second down and 9, picks up 9. First down here for Blue Valley.
I like to see the conversion there just to move the sticks. It's something Blue Valley hasn't been able to do this half, I don't believe. I've harped on it a lot. They've went in situations where it's second down long, third down and long, fourth down and long. Now, just getting positive yardage and chunking up those yards is looking out well for them.
Downs on top of each other. Brockman looking to pass, slant pattern on the left side will be incomplete. Looking for his big receiver, Raleigh Sump, his first target so far here tonight. Second down and 10 now for these Blue Valley Rams. They look to cut into this lead 40-8. Been a good night here for Frankfort homecoming. Of course, congratulations to Sam Backman and Breeley Everett, your homecoming king and queen candidates for 2024. Brockman's going to look back to pass, pressure right in his face right away by the aforementioned Backman. Now gets upfield, across the original line of scrimmage, breaks one tackle, and then is driven back, I believe, there by Ty Smith. Good to see Ty Smith, who just came back from that injury.
Yeah, they were stretching him out on the sideline. Does seem just to be a cramp. We don't have any official word on that, but he is back in the game and making plays.
Third down and 6 now for this Frankfort defense, looking for another stop and score as clock rolls under 40 seconds here in the third quarter. So far tonight, Frankfort has controlled the rushing attack on the ground. Roughly, Blue Valley tonight, 70 yards on the ground, 38 yards through the air, and last 4 passes have been incomplete from quarterback Brandon Brockman. On a third down and 6 now, dropping back to pass right side, has a man out in the flat, trying to spin out of one tackle, gets close to the first down, I think got enough for it. On a third down and 6, picks up 7, as Brockman found Trevor Clark from this near sideline.
Yeah, we see Brockman, going to his safety man there. Someone has been open quite a bit tonight, whoever it is. Just those little dump passes are able to pick up 5-6 yards for them, which is enough to move the stick.
A first down will take us to the end of the quarter. Frankfort leading by 32 on your Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Soother's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Soother difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Soothers, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Soother Feeds in Frankfort and online at sootherfeeds.com. Soother Feeds, where your success is our success.
When shopping a hometown grocer, you want selection and service, like KNDY Market in Frankfort offers. Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, along with weekly specials, they'll make your wallet happy. Shop the KNDY Market app or grab a cart and look around to find something new for dinner. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 7, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Great deals, friendly faces every time at KNDY Market in Frankfort.
The top two teams in this district, Axtell and Hanover, are both victorious tonight. Hanover Wildcats 68-0 over Wakefield on homecoming. Same for the Axtell Eagles over St. Paul, 68-0. Score 2 as well. Elsewhere around the Twin Valley League, Clifton Clyde scores on the fourth down to extend their lead 24-6 over Sylvan Lucas. Here's Trey Smith trying to get to the outside on an end around for the running back. Trey Stump, Tackle by Smith for a gain of, I'm going to go ahead and call it nothing there. Yeah, they'll give him a 1-yard gain on the run by Stump.
Ty Smith being productive since he saw the sideline, getting back out there since he has been back out there, just a few snaps he's seen. Already has 2 solo tackles, so good to see him.
A big, important part of this Frankfort defense, we've been talking about it all game long, leading the way, Lane Loiza with 44 tackles coming into this game. Ty Smith, though, 19 tackles, 4 interceptions, too, all 4 Frankfort's interceptions this year. Brockman looks back to pass. He's going to be in trouble, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Henry Ketter gets in there for his, I believe, first sack of the night, as that's going to be a 6-yard loss for this Blue Valley offense.
You would be right. That is Ketter's first quarterback sack. He has 4 solo tackles on the day and a tackle for the loss. So a good productive night for Ketter here. He lined up with the lineman there to rush 3, and that was just too much pressure for Blue Valley to handle.
Another big aspect about this Frankfort defense, we talk about the turnovers, we talk about the interceptions, the fumbles too as well. Sacks are always a big one. But I mentioned this stat early in the game that this Frankfort defense going into the night through 5 weeks had 31 tackles for loss. That is 6 tackles a loss per game, which is an absolutely unbelievable number in the 8-man Division II rank in a team that tries to just, or in a game that just tries to get men in space. It's going to be another end around by Trey Stump. Pickup of 1 on about a 3rd down and 14. Brings down now a 4th down and long for this Blue Valley offense.
There he is again, Ty Smith picking up the tackle there. Yeah, I want to harp on something you said. So far tonight, Frankfort has 1 tackle for a loss, 3 quarterback sacks, and an interception. So definitely on par for their average.
And can't forget either, they have a special team score, which is always important. Lane Loiza took the first punt of the game, 35 yards to the house. So a 4th down and long. They're going to keep the offense out there here as Brockman looks to back and pass. Trying to get him now. There's Hart. Hart bumps the ball out. Ball still loose. Frankfort on it. Turnover, Blue Valley.
Ketter again. Ketter and Smith just this defensive possession for themselves. Big one there to get them to drop back in the pass, get the ball out of the hands, pick up yardage from where you would have got it if it would have fallen incomplete. And now they're only 15 yards away from the end zone.
And again, only rushing 2 against this Blue Valley offensive line that has tonight against this powerful defensive rush for the Frankfort Wildcats. Ball on their own, or on the Blue Valley 15-yard line now for Wes Anderson. In the shotgun with Colvin to his left. Anderson will look that way across the middle. That's going to be Lane Loiza breaking 1 tackle, looking for 2 in the end zone. Touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. A 15-yard touchdown strike from number 12, Wes Anderson, to number 6, Lane Loizo.
Wes Anderson is out here making plays. He is definitely approaching that big number that he needs to hit, getting yardage wherever he can through the air. I'm guessing here that he's now over 300 passing yards. We will have to see about that in just a moment.
Getting awfully close. More important, though, Lane Loizo continuing to have a party in the end zone. 2 rushing, that's his first receiving to go along with that punt return. Anderson, 2-point conversion. Strike is going to be no good, keeping this contest right here at 46-8 with 9 minutes and 56 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. We're going to take one more timeout. When we come back, more fourth quarter action from Frankfort on KNDY.
Landall in Marysville is invested in their team, facilities, products, customers, community, future, and excellence. For over 60 years, a family-owned company focusing on quality workmanship products and employees. Congratulating their team members with their loyalty and hard work that's paid off with a 12-year profit-sharing average of 12.42%. Thanks for all you do in making Landall Company stand out above the rest. Employment opportunities available. Go online at landall.com/careers. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
Whether they are on the field or in the classroom, the Blue Valley Rams will compete with strength and pride. When looking for a bank that holds those same values, you're talking about Union State Bank. With 2 locations on Highway 16 in Oldsburg and along Highway 77 in Randolph, Union State Bank is proud to support the community and proud to support the Blue Valley Rams. Rely on the knowledgeable and friendly staff at either location for a strong banking option today. Union State Bank wishes all school athletes a successful and healthy season.
Frankfort putting it on the Blue Valley Rams here as Loizo kicks this one well out the back of the end zone. Before mentioned, Quentin had talked about it. Wes Anderson's passing record's 381 in week number 1 in a win versus Clifton Clyde. He's up to 324 now. So possibly flirting with that here in this fourth quarter. Of course, leader in passing yards in 8-man Division II throughout the state of Kansas the last 2 years, 3-year starter. Here already holds the school record in career passing yards, looking to break one of his own records here tonight on homecoming. Brockman's going to take an option down the right side, take a lick into the heart of that Frankfort defense for a pickup of about 6.
Yeah, Harden in there on the tackle. Good number of other players are there. Carter Olson lays a nice hit there on Brockman, but Brockman gets up. He gets a good amount of yards there. I believe a gain of 6, and now it'll be 2nd and 4. Definitely manageable.
Manageable down here for this Blue Valley offense. 2nd down and about 4. There's going to be a false start, though, up front by the Rams. Big number 99, Brody Buchanan, will be the culprit on that one. Backs up the Blue Valley Rams 5 yards, as that's now Blue Valley's 8th accepted penalty, 6 tonight so far for Frankfort.
99 there was committed to the play. He was ready to hit someone. I like to see that. He was ready.
2nd down and 9 now for the Blue Valley Rams. Clock at the 9-minute mark in this contest. Brockman back to pass. Pressure by the 2 down linemen. Comeback route to number 10, Jaron Brenner. Will take a hard hit just across the 20, and flags come in. Will pick up a 5 if this one stands on a 2nd down play. Personal foul, face mask on Frankfort, so take 5 and then add some. 1st down upcoming here for the Blue Valley Rams.
Big for the Rams to get that conversion, pick up that extra yardage. Brockman definitely looked like a much longer pass, but when Brockman has to backpedal his way so far back, and Brenner has to come in to get open and get that ball, it ends up only getting him 5, but luckily they got the penalty to help out.
A very good explanation there. Brockman's been in the shotgun all night, but already on this one, a 4-step drop and then forced the backpedal, thrown up, almost picked off by who else? but number 14, the ball hawk Ty Smith over here on the corners, going to force the incompletion, second down and upcoming. So we don't have KU football tomorrow on our station AM 1570, but over on our sister station AM 1570 FM 94.1, the K-State Wildcats will be at Colorado. Quentin, what's the key for your Wildcats to get a win in Boulder versus prime time?
Well, I think a key tomorrow night for them is going to play on the road like you play at home. They have not looked good on the road. I hate to say it as a K-State fan, but at home they look like a top team. So Colorado right now, not an easy place to play, but we'll see what they can get done.
And I think the Big 12, just like any league, or the Big 12, just like the TVL so far this year, it's one of the toughest football conferences in the entire state. I know I mentioned my KU Jayhawks a little bit before, not doing so well, but that's just the gauntlet that the Big 12 is, I believe, this year. Second down and 8 play was a pickup of 2 for running back Trip. Now a third down and 6 right at midfield, but before that mark, we've got ourselves a penalty marker. Looks like a false start on Blue Valley. Back the Rams up now 5 more.
Here we go for another one. I hate to say it, another third and long behind the sticks. These are just so tough to convert. I would rather, of course you'd rather take the 3 and 7 versus the 3 and 12, but it just makes it so much more difficult to pick up that first down.
Blue Valley is going to call themselves a timeout now on this third down and 12 possession. We're going to keep it right here. Pass along a scoring update for you over on our sister station, AM 1570 FM 94.1. The Marysville Bulldogs at last check behind the Rock Creek Mustangs 31-8 deep into the fourth quarter. So a top 5 state-ranked Marysville team off to a 5-0 start for the first time, and I don't know how many years in Marysville history, might fall tonight on senior night to a very powerful Rock Creek team. If you heard our pregame talks with Chet Gumplin on Sports in Kansas, he previewed this District 5 in this 3A class, including teams like Clay Center, Marysville, and Rock Creek, on just how tough it is. And that does give me a reminder that throughout the season, our pregame coverage does with talks with Chet Coupland of Sports in Kansas, as well as our own TVL Rip Around with Jeff Wirtz. Here's going to be a floater down the middle. Wes Anderson gets his second pick of the evening. He gets across the 50, gets to the 40, and that's where he's going to be drugged down. Second interception thrown now by Brandon Brockman.
Yeah, it's hard to put a lot of blame on Brockman there. He is trying to make something happen. Again, the line collapses. He takes a big hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's just looking for something downfield and throws up the ball on a hope and a prayer, really.
Back foot on that one, can't blame him. Rush was right in the middle of his face. Frankfort leading now with ball on the Blue Valley side. Looking back to pass left side, finds Lane Loizo, breaks 1, breaks 2, gets up close to the first down marker, continuing to fight, was held back for just a pickup of 10, but ends up with a 14-yard pickup for Lane Loizo.
Yeah, it looks like Brenner was on that tackle with a few others. Lane Loizo weaving his way through a few defenders there until Rams were able to stop him.
First down and 10 now for Frankfort. Ball on the Blue Valley 25-yard line. Anderson will be in shotgun with Porter Colvin behind him. To his backside. Right side's Carter Olson. Left side is Loizo. We look right side to Olson. He's going to catch this little comeback route. Picks up about 3 or 4 yards after the catch. And I believe picks up 9 there on the pitch and catch.
There he is again, Brenner, on that stop as well. Himself having a little bit of a good defensive outing here, but as a team, they really need to play together and pass around these tackles a little bit.
46-8 our score, 7 minutes left to play in this contest. Anderson back in the shotgun. Colvin to his behind. Colvin's going to get this run up the middle. Space to go through the 5, down to the 1, and that's where Porter Colvin will be dragged down after the 14-yard pickup by the running back. Makes this a 1st and goal for the Frankfort Wildcats.
Yeah. I think you get into the zone there, but Brockman able to finally pull him down. He was really on top of another player, Irvine, who I thought that was going to prevent him from actually going down and rolling into the end zone, but they got him on the 1.
How many first down and goals have we seen tonight by this Frankfort offense at the 1? Here's another one. Anderson in the shotgun. It's going to be a give to Colvin up the middle. He's going to keep on fighting in for a 20-yard touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night on a 1-yard touchdown run by number 16, Porter Colvin.
Yeah, you had just touched on it. It seems like every drive Frankfort has had, they end up on the 1-yard line.
Conversion here, 52-8, 44 is our score, and Blue Valley is going to want to take a timeout right before this conversion. We're going to keep it right here as Frankfort looks to close out this contest on a homecoming matchup. I'm going to bring up a comment that Nick Anderson told me before this game. I don't know if I left it in the pregame interview or not, but he talked about handling the excitement and the pageantry that goes around homecoming night. And I think besides maybe that first quarter where it looked like Frankfort was a little off after that turnover, they have handled this Blue Valley team and the expectations going into the night with flying colors.
Yeah, Frankfort has only looked better as the game has gone on. I don't know. I believe Blue Valley looks a little tired. I could see that playing a part into this, as Matt touched on that original turnover in the first quarter, having that 8-minute-plus offensive drive for Frankfort in the second quarter. They just keep getting better as the game goes on, and now are explosive on every play.
The game is 42-8, but this is a much closer contest than it was last year. 49-0 was the score at halftime last year. We're into the 4th quarter now, so that tells you anything about the way the Blue Valley is moving their program on the up and up. They have an opportunity, if they're able to pick up wins in the last 2 regular season games of the year, to have their best winning record since 2013. 2-point conversion here, though, as Frankfort leads by 44. It's going to be Anderson in the backfield. Sweep to the right side. Loizo's going to try and get there, and he does. Lane Loizo tops off his impressive night with the 2-point conversion and making this contest 54-8 as Frankfort holds on for the homecoming victory here tonight, moving their season record now to here. Blue Valley will drop to 500, 3-3 here this evening. We're going to take a quick timeout, bring it right back here to Frankfort High School as we bring you second half or final stats from this contest. Again, your final score on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, Frankfort 54, Blue Valley 8.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Every week, stay informed and connected with the Frankfort community top stories by getting the Frankfort Area News, a small-town newspaper dedicated to their subscribers, advertisers, and community. Established in 1991, the Frankfort Area News is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love hearing from their readers. If you have a story, wedding, birth, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News, 785-292-4726.
Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. The yield advantages are in the data for corn and soybeans. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. If you're wanting to upgrade to a Merit stock trailer or a travel-long dump or flatbed trailer, give us a call at 785-292-4166. They're also booking your net wrap for next year. Call Trailers for You at 785-292-4166. Go Cats!
If your four-legged friend is in need of quality care, call on the compassionate team at the Animal Clinic in Frankfort. Their experienced team of veterinarians are dedicated to the health of your pets or herd. From routine checkups to state-of-the-art medical procedures, call the office at 785-292-4628 or schedule an appointment online at animalclinicpa.com. Treating with compassion and dedication, count on the Animal Clinic in Frankfort, where your pet's health is their top priority.
On a beautiful night for some homecoming football, the Frankfort Wildcats victorious Valley 54-8 in this one, and what was a dominating offensive performance from Wes Anderson and Lane Loizo. Quentin, I just want to go to you real quick. Final thoughts before we kind of get through the stats of this contest?
My final thoughts would be that Blue Valley didn't look too bad in the first half. They were playing some football out here, definitely holding a very explosive Frankfort team. Mistakes, long drives. They looked good. It looked like it'd be a much more competitive game than the score ended up being. It seemed like they just got a little bit tired, couldn't really wrap up and tackle the third and fourth quarter. Some big mistakes, too, to put them behind the sticks. As you mentioned, Lane Luizo on a night, even on the defensive side, 6 solo tackles and a quarterback sack. But Henry Ketter came out of nowhere in that second half, got 5 solo tackles, a quarterback sack, a tackle for a loss, and even a assisted fumble cause, and he was the one that was able to jump on top of it. On the Blue Valley, with 7 solo tackles, 2 assists. Blue Valley did a much better job defensively, spreading the recognition and tackles around with Brockman, Clark, with Roeder, and picking up 5, and Brenner getting 4 solo tackles.
I think you mentioned it. The only thing Lane Loizo didn't do tonight, and that was win homecoming king. He was up for candidate. Again, congratulations, Stan Backman, on your Frankfort 2024 homecoming king, and Breely Everett as your homecoming queen. But Lane Loizo all over the field on both sides of the ball. We'll get to that stats here in just a little bit. But like Quentin mentioned, it was a close game. At the end of the first quarter, Frankfort only led 12-8. Frankfort started off this contest with the ball. They went 2 plays all the way down to the 1-yard line, but Trent Harden fumbled the ball out the back of the end zone on a 48-yard completion. That gave the ball back to Blue Valley. Blue Valley was not able to do anything with it. Really could have moved the ball on their first offensive possession. And when they punted it, Lane Loizo picked the ball up at the 35-yard line, returned it down the left sideline for the first touchdown of the night, making it 6-0 at the 8:40 mark in the first quarter. Frankfort forced a turnover on downs on Blue Valley's next possession. Frankfort responded back with a Wes Anderson 2-yard touchdown run. Conversions were a problem for Frankfort here tonight, as they were only to get 2 out of, I believe it was 9 on the evening, making it 12-0 Frankfort. Blue Valley got their lone score as time expired at the first quarter on a 2-yard run by running back Trevor Clark. 2-point conversion was good, making it 12-8 at the end of the quarter. 2 touchdowns, 2 run-yard touchdowns in the second quarter, made it 26-8 at half. It was a wild third quarter, one that included an interception thrown by Blue Valley, also an onside kick recovered by Frankfort, as they went on to score 2 more touchdowns in that third quarter, a 3-yard touchdown run by Porter Colvin, and a 32-yard touchdown strike from Wes Anderson to Trent Harden. At the end of the third, it was 40-8. Frankfort put on another one at the beginning of the fourth, making it 46-8 on a no-good 2-point conversion. Blue Valley turns around, throws an interception. Frankfort comes down, scores on a 1-yard run by by Porter Colvin at the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter, officially ending this game at 54-8. Looking at offensive stats, first for Blue Valley, quarterback Brandon Brockman went 12 for 18, 2 interceptions, 51 yards, no touchdowns. Also on the ground, 14 rushes, 45 yards, 3 sacks taken. Trevor Clark, 7 rushes, 17 yards for the Rams. Jaron Brenner, 1 rush, 1 yard, and Trey Sump, 2 rushes, 2 yards. as the Frankfort defense held a Blue Valley rushing attack to just 65 yards in this contest. Now for some more happy news, if you're a Frankfort Wildcat fan, offensively, it was the Wes Anderson show. He goes he will go 16 for 21, 347 yards, 2 touchdowns, one of them to Carter Olson, I believe, and one in the contest. Anderson also on the ground, 3 rushes, 12 yards, and a touchdown. Porter Colvin, 8 rushes, 23 yards, 2 touchdowns. Receiving here tonight, Trent Harden does in with 3 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Carter Olson, 6 receptions, 144 yards. Porter Colvin, 1 reception for 16 yards. And the before-mentioned Lane Loizo, he catches 5 passes for 71 yards, rushes 7 times for 18 yards, 2 touchdowns, and has that punt return for a touchdown as well, along with all the defensive play to go along with it. So the Frankfort Wildcats pick up a district win. They stay tuned with Axtell and Axtell and Hanover, as they both picked up 68-0 wins tonight in the first half. Frankfort now 5-1. They will be at Wakefield next Friday night. Meanwhile, for the Blue Valley Rams, they drop down to 300-3 on the season. They're at home versus St. John's Tipton next Friday. As for us, we will be back on the road up in Axtell, Kansas next Friday. The Hanover Wildcats and the Axtell Eagles will match up in a top 5 state-ranked matchup, 1 and 2 in the state. When we've had a chance to see Hanover this year, we saw Axtell last year. They didn't lose a lot. Just how exciting is that game going to be?
That might be one of the better games of the year. I think we've already seen a great game between Hanover and Frankfort, and if Hanover can bring that same energy and competitiveness that they brought to that Frankfort game into Axtell, it might be one of the harder games for Axtell this year, and one of the only teams that can really give Axtell a run for their money here.
And I said it at the beginning of this year. I'm going to say it again now, 6 weeks officially through the season. If it wasn't for Axtell Eagles, you're looking at 2 state championship caliber teams in the Frankfort Wildcats and the Hanover Wildcats that might not even get a chance to play in a state game just because Axtell is that good.
Yeah, this league is stacked. Some great teams in this league. Even with Blue Valley, if they didn't have to play a lot of these teams, their record last year and this year would probably look a lot better. But you never know. That's the way it is. And compete every Friday night, and that's what I love to see.
We're going to end with 2 great games, not only next Friday, Hanover at Axtell, but we will have these Frankfort Wildcats back here at home in Week 8 of the season in a home rematch versus the Axtell Eagles. So Frankfort Wildcats in Week 8, Hanover Wildcats in Week 7 for KNDY. For Quentin Blasky, to my left, Max Blasky signing off here for our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Again, your final score, Frankfort 54, Blue Valley 8. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all next Friday from Axtell, Kansas. And please, wherever you're going, drive home safe, and we'll see you next week.
KNDY.